Gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us. It is us, Dragon's Greed Gaming, and we are back with episode 2 of our Merkbor campaign, Ventures in a Dying World. We actually have a title now. We're calling this the Blighted Bulwark, which is the name of the guards in the town, courtesy of Matt the Frog and unanimous votes from everybody. So, yes, good shit. What's going on, people? I am your host and GM, the Great Unclean One. Want to thank you for joining us tonight. As always, stop by our Facebook page where we can get all the latest news of the channel. Check us out on Spreaker where we host the podcast. Give us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts and iTunes. Help us grow the channel even more. Or swing by the old YouTube, subscribe, and check out some of that sweet video content we've got. The needle's slowly moving, ticking every day. As a matter of fact, shout out to Krieg Hammer, awesome fucking name. I'm sure you're a 40k player with that name for being one of our newest subscribers. I'm sure there's others, but my notifications seem to be jacked up. I randomly get them. Like I got it today when I log in on this computer. I don't know why. I don't get it on my main computer or my phone. It could also be that people have their names hidden on YouTube. So if you want the shout out, you're gonna have to leave a comment or be like, hey, I joined your channel, give me a shout out, and we will. And if you want to really join the channel, if you want to help support us even more, consider joining our Patreon. If you want to toss a couple coins in the Dragon's Hoard, help us build this channel even more, help us get some new kit, help us pay those hosting costs and things of that nature. All of it helps. I wouldn't say it's expensive. I mean, the costs are not extraordinary around here, but we do have costs here and there that we have to pay, and it'd be good to fill that treasure hoard and get some cool toys so we can bring you more stuff. And if you pay us enough money, then I can quit my day job and do this for a living, and then I'll make all the content you fucking want. So, that's on you. That's on you. But regardless, however you decide to support us, we appreciate it. We love it. Thank you all. Like, subscribe, follow, or cash money dollars. All of it is good. So with that being said, let us talk to our players. Tell us who you are, who you're playing, anything else you want to tell the listeners. Eric will not be with us tonight. He has... as he said last week, he's got a potential job offer that might be seeing him move to another state, and so some of that stuff is kind of up in the air and taking up a lot of his time, so he won't be here this evening. But we will have a special guest joining us in a little bit, our friend Scar from over on the Neon Swamp. You've seen him here a couple times playing Alien, and I've been over on his channel with the Twitch streams and some Zombicide and Alien and Vampire the Masquerade and all sorts of cool stuff. So he's going to be joining us shortly, hopefully. He should be here in a few minutes if plans come together, but we'll get started and he will jump in when he gets here. So why don't we hear from our lone survivor, the only man who made it back alive last week, Henry.
Yeah, so I'm Matt, also known as the Frog, and I'll be playing Henry Wright, also known as Old Crab. He's still hanging on. It's been an interesting week. I guess not terribly interesting, but as I said a bit ago, I was just wrapping up dinner at, I guess, in my mind, fairly well-recommended ramen house Shinchan in around the corner. Just having, some ramen. It was delicious. That's all I gotta say for today.
I'm jealous, man. I wish I had some good ramen around here.
Yeah,
What's it
nice
feel like being the only survivor from last week?
I don't know how to, I guess, describe it. It's like I'm mostly worried about just being murdered by the captain when I get back. So I'll have more to say about it when we resolve that portion of adventure.
That's a fair fear. I was telling the rest of the guys I finished finally putting all of the Final Girl stuff in the appropriate boxes, and I finally opened the mystery boxes today, and I was pleasantly surprised with what they gave out. I don't know if you got those or not when you backed it.
Yeah, I got at least one of them.
Did you open it yet?
Yeah,
Which
that's.
one did you get?
I have some kind of spooky mirror.
Okay, cool. The other one, I guess it's probably from season 2 then, is it's the Necronomicon, and then it's got the 2 dice inside, which I thought was really cool.
Okay.
Very, very classy, very, very well thought, guys. So maybe I'll actually get to play the game soon. We'll see. But good stuff. Anyway, on to our next not survivor of last week. Kyle, how are you tonight?
I'm good, better than Grin, the guy I was playing. Who don't like bridges. That fall damage, man.
Yep.
Shit.
Falling into a pit to hell will do that to you.
Yeah, so now I will be playing Ideen, and my class is a pale one, so we'll find out more.
Oh, you
down
got the
road.
pale one. Tell us about the
Yep.
pale one. What do they do?
Let me get to the classes. All right. You lurk on the fringes of settlements, observing, perhaps judging, but rarely interacting. You are fundamentally other and belong nowhere. You've had bouts of incoherent madness and self-destructive rages, but mostly you simply wait in solitary resignation for that which is inevitable.
That sounds fucking awesome.
Yup.
Okay, so you're like an otherworldly creeper. I love it.
Yeah,
Okay.
not too far off from real life. So,
Yeah, I agree. Well, you can tell us more about Ideen, if that's what the game decided to name you, when we meet him or her
Yeah.
later. So,
for sure.
and finally, our other not survivor from last week, Johnny Reliable, Johnny American.
Yeah, that's me. I'm Sean. I was playing someone else and they died, being stabbed to death as a lizard. So now I'm playing Urgush, the heretical priest.
Oh, tell us
So
about the priest.
yeah, let's take a look at the class. Don't know a whole lot about them. Hunted by the two-headed basilisks of the one true faith, this heretic can be found raving in ruins, traipsing endlessly down dusty roads, and desecrating cathedrals by night. Wow. So he's endlessly aggravated and unimaginative. He has severe halitosis, and he makes jewelry from the teeth of the dead.
Wow. Did you start
Yeah.
with any powers or scrolls or anything?
No powers or scrolls from what I can see.
Hmm.
I did start with a flail, a shepherd's or a sacred shepherd's crook, a tent, a needle, and a water skin. And
Oh, wow.
he has a feat called armored caster, so I guess cast if I'm wearing armor.
Excellent. Well, great. Well, we will see Urgush and Ideen soon. But we're gonna zoom back in to last we left, you guys had been tasked by the captain of the guards to retrieve an item that was stolen from the church in your village, the Church of the Becklure. The deacon kind of runs the town and is the religious figure in the village. She had told the Captain Graft, that a sword called the Chaos Blade had been stolen by some creatures from your village, and he sent the 4 of you to go and get it back. You made your way in the direction following the trail, only to be ambushed by a troll, which, despite being able to one-shot you all, was one-shot itself when Frog cast some crazy spell with his magic tablet and rolled the 6 and insta-killed it, which was incredible. And then you guys, had to deal with a dark tunnel, a small fall, and goblins, and got wrecked. everybody being brutally murdered. Sean getting murdered twice, which is pretty awesome.
Yeah, pretty
That's-
funny.
Yeah, I bet you haven't done that in RPG before.
Not in the span of like an hour.
Yep. So, yeah, so we had a lot of character deaths. Everybody except Henry managed to die or escape. Henry decided, fuck it, I'm running. And although he was chased, he did manage to escape to the screams of his companions dying. I mean, you guys did manage to kill one of the drowned. The rest, though, not so much.
Bro, we rolled so bad.
Yeah, the rolls were awful. Awful, to say the least. So, Lucky, the small but vicious dog, was slain. Belfaduck, the traitor drowned, also died as she was trying to show you guys where the sword was hidden. So, Henry, you have made your way back to the village. By the time you get back, it's nightfall, and the forest has overgrown the path. You're forced to camp out in the wilderness for the night, cold, desolate plateau that you call home. And finally, in the morning, the path opens up, and you find that you are able to enter Cravenford once more. And it looks like Scar just logged into Foundry, so let me make sure he gets into our voice channel here. I gave him permissions. So what are you going to do here, Henry? You have made it.
Well, I've returned. I might as well eat the frog and tell them the bad news right off the bat and worry about buying some torches and ropes for potential further adventures later.
Also, I've started keeping a counter of how many guards are left in the town. So
boy.
we're down to 46 out of 50 after one session, which is fucking incredible. I'm loving this game so much already. So, okay, well, you drag yourself back into Cravenford with many people giving you stares, realizing you are the only member of your party to return, and you eventually find yourself standing at the gates of the barracks.
I guess I'll trudge on in and see if I can find our captain.
You do eventually find him. He is up in his office. And when you go inside, he is basically sharpening one of his blades. He has a very disgruntled, angry look on his face, as he often does. And he gives you just a stare of like 1,000 daggers.
Terrible news, sir. It was a bloodbath out there.
You see his grip on his blade tightens.
We had come upon the hideout that you pointed out to us, and it was guarded by a great beast, a horned cyclops, the size of which I'd never seen before. We managed to fell it with quick wit, but when we went through the hideout, we were ambushed by these fish people. There maybe nearly a dozen of them.
Where's the sword?
The sword lays beyond the bodies of our slain friends, and still probably 8 or so of these fish people. I wouldn't recommend going back there without at least 10 men.
You see he gives you a very angry look when you suggest that. He says, "Do you want to be the one to tell the deacon that you do not have the sword?"
They're just as likely to rip me in half as if I'd walked back in there alone. So, it's about half dozen one way, 6 the other.
He says, "Grab your gear. get in the courtyard and wait while I get some more fools to send with you. And you either come back with that blade, or you don't come back at all.
He'll nod nervously, but not speak, and stomp off.
You get out into the courtyard, and then Scar hops into the call, just like that. What's up,
Hey
buddy?
guys, sorry I'm late.
Oh, welcome, man. We're happy to have you. Thank you so much for joining us tonight.
Hell yeah, love me Morkborg.
Excellent. Well, we
It'll be a
literally
great
just
time, yeah.
we literally just started. So, quick recap, since I didn't really tell you much about what's going on here. So, you are a member of the Guard called the Blighted Bulwark, and you live in a village called Cravenford. Here's my awesome art that I made myself. And it's a very superstitious, religious kind of town. There's a church built into this massive, hollowed-out oak tree called the Rotting Oak, and the church is called the Church of the Becklure. And your village is led by the deacon, who is the religious figure that is the head of the church. And then there is the town guard. There's about 500 people in this village, and there's always around 50 people that are enlisted as guards of the town. And your captain is a man named Captain Graft, a very big, brutal, angry man. And your village is up on a large plateau on the windswept eastern peninsula of the dying world. And there's a forest that blocks the path in and out of the plateau that overgrows during the night and blocks the entrance to the village. And then during daylight hours, the path is open, so it kind of acts as a defense, but also as like a prison to the village in some regards. Anyway, you are finding out that a group was sent out on some task that the deacon had asked the captain about, and just moments ago, only one of the 4 men that were sent out to do this task have returned. A man by the name of Henry Wright, an old man who carries around a massive stone tablet, and he looks a bit haunted when you see him return. And eventually you find out that you are being sent to join him on whatever task he has been sent out on, along with some others. So Sean and Kyle, your characters as well, are told to get in the courtyard and to meet up with this Henry Wright and assist him with his task. So one by one, the 3 of you join him in the courtyard of the barracks, and we'll let you guys describe what your characters look like and anything else that you want to explain, and then we can get started. So we'll start off with Urgush.
Yeah, so you see a very average height but frail-looking older man, balding with just little stringy straps of hair. He's got like this circlet really tightly bound on his head, almost cutting off the circulation, and he's covered in these dingy, dirty priest's robes that are in some places torn. The hems are all frayed and shit. And he breathes pretty heavily, and he doesn't look like he takes care of himself. His fingernails are real long, covered in dirt, grime, and you can actually smell his breath from a few feet away.
Wonderful. And then Kyle. Who else do we see joining the group?
You would see the uncomfortable image of Edine. Edine is a tall, he would be lanky, except he does have a bit of a paunch, like a extended. and he wears a sort of a scarf, shawl, face covering with a crown of metal around his head, and the shawl extends into a cloak, and that's all he likes to wear.
Creepy.
And he doesn't really like interacting with anybody. He will, begrudgingly, and he's always drooling.
Wonderful. And Scar, do you have access to your character sheet?
Torben?
Yes.
Yes.
You also have 2 companions.
Yeah,
in
yeah.
there as
I was
well?
looking over everything.
All right. Yeah,
Um,
we did random we did all of our characters random, and we've already had 3 character deaths. Oh, 4 last
4.
session.
I
So,
died twice.
technically
Such is the
5
way.
because the dog died too.
Oh,
So,
yeah. Rip Lucky.
well, we have another small but vicious dog about to join you. So, Scar, introduce yourself, man. Tell the listeners who you are, who you're playing tonight. Anything else you want to pump or promote? I told the listeners you'd be here, but yeah, have at it, man.
Yeah, I'm Scar. I help run the Neon Swamp, and I'm sorry I'm late again. Buddy of mine, GW worker, his last day was yesterday, so I promised I'd take him to dinner tonight. And then my son fought me the whole way to bed.
What did he? What Games Workshop did he work at?
The Royal Oaks in Houston, Texas. Well, I guess it's it's still technically Houston. It's like
Oh,
20
okay.
minutes away from me.
Oh, that's
But-
too bad.
Yeah, well, yeah, no, it's a bittersweet kind of departure, but excited that I'll actually be able to play with him now, so he won't be all burnt out from work, and not want to
Yeah.
mess with Warhammer.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna be playing Torben. Torben, he is dressed in very nice, noble clothing. Probably 3 layers, which may strike his odd. He's got a lot of layering on, and although it's nice, could have been silk at one time. It's clearly been on him, and the same. Like, he clearly wears the same clothes every day for a long time. They're the same set of fine clothes that has just become ragged and stinky and dirty. Probably some kind of wealthy person who hit hard times and continues to do so. On top of which, he constantly dwells in the past, probably because of his misfortune, and has become very unfocused, but retains his gluttonous ways of nobility. He also has a serious case of narcolepsy and will abruptly pass out on occasion, waking up with a stir, coughing fits, coughing up phlegm as he wakes up and does so, snorting and spitting. He's never really learned how to have good manners from his upbringing. And that's Torben. And Torben is accompanied by his small but vicious dog that he calls Chi-Chi, and his he has an incredible horse with him as well. And we'll see how the relationship between him and his horse develops as the game goes on here.
All right. Well, I will rename Chi-Chi here for you. So, Chi-Chi, the second in what I think might be a long, illustrious line of small but vicious dogs.
We're gonna have so many.
Yep.
Yeah, he's like Roach. Every time Chi-Chi dies, he just gets another one and names him Chi-Chi.
All right. Beautiful. Yep. Okay. Well, what a wretched crew you have here. So you see Henry waiting for you guys, looking probably nervous and a little worried. Before we go on, though, I forgot the most important part of this game. Another day has passed, another sunrise, quote unquote, which means we need someone, and we'll let Scar roll our misery die for today. We're doing a d6 to start off here, Scar, as our world is rapidly coming to an end. Okay, it's only a 3. Not yet. It's too bad.
No bad
All
things
right.
happened yet.
Not yet. So, okay, well, have at it. You guys are in the courtyard here. What do you guys do?
Oh, that means I can roll omens now, right? Because of the new day?
Yes. New day.
Awesome. Perfect. I'll need those.
Ooh, they
to not
reset every
die.
day. Okay. Interesting.
Yep.
Yeah, I guess Urgosh will kind of look around. What's happening? Why'd we get called here?
Oh my god, my cat is chasing my mouse cursor on the screen right now. I've never
Adorable.
seen her do this
It's adorable.
before. What is that?
God
Oh, and he's
damn
got
it,
Slobber
cat
on the
and
screen
mouse.
too. Thanks.
Oh,
Anyway, you were saying?
He was just talking out loud to no one in particular.
Oh, okay.
Is it nighttime or daytime?
It is daytime, although it is a terrible overcast gray.
Have any of you been to this town before?
Wander through occasionally. It's not my favorite, but it's the only place on this.
Is it
Well,
true you're trapped here at night?
I guess. I don't generally go out at
Delightful.
night.
We're all a little trapped.
Oh, okay. A little cryptic.
Oh yes, we're getting philosophical. It reminds me of a story.
And he's gone.
Urgosh will slowly reach out to you, and the stench probably wakes you before his hand does.
Thank you. That'll happen from time to time.
Oh. Okay.
Side effect of heavy drug use in my youth.
At least you're honest. Okay. Do you have any with you now?
You know what? It's Morkborg. Let me check my inventory.
Right.
If somebody wants to go ahead and roll me a d12, please.
Okay, sure. Put that out there. 6, 9, 9.
Okay, so this morning the plateau is covered in a crackling frost that kind of shines and sparkles in the gray light of the morning. You can see it hanging off of the edges of the buildings, off the branches of the rotting oak, such like that.
Little chilly house.
So are we? I know you said we're on one of the northern peninsulas, but are we up in what is it? Albius? What is it called?
You are...
Aliens?
No, you guys are on the peninsula of Grift,
Grift. Okay, gotcha.
up on a big plateau that has 50-foot sheer cliffs on the other three sides.
That's not too bad. We can survive that fall damage, right?
Grift is cool.
So,
So it's a bit chilly right now, though.
oh yeah, yep.
Oh, it's a good thing I wore my third lair today.
Yeah, I bet. This is all I have. God guides me to my true destination. Hopefully not hell.
Even though it's chilly, like Torben's probably still kind of like got a bit of a sweat going. He's just like so padded.
Oh, gross. Well, Henry, these are your new recruits. Do you tell them anything?
Yeah. You ragtag bunch. Well, follow me. You'll need to listen very carefully if you wish to live. I stomp. I like try to gather them and pull them towards. There's like a general store in the area, right?
Yeah,
'Cause
the town square is where like all like the shops and stuff would be.
We did get a visit to the blacksmith last time, and we will probably want to go there again. But I am going to stress the importance of gathering torches and rope before we set out.
Okay.
First things first, be prepared.
What are we walking into here?
Well, one thing is that it's a cave, and so there will not be a lot of natural light within, and we must supply our own. Additionally, traversal might be difficult, so rope or any sort of support equipment for climbing might also come in handy.
Okay.
Rope, certainly.
What happened to your other guys?
Most of them were stabbed to death by horrible fish people. Which would be much like being stabbed to death by a horrible human.
But wetter, I imagine.
And you were standing in
Yeah,
like
yes.
shin deep water when it happened, so
Yes.
Fair assessment, it seems.
So good boots as well, if you can afford it.
It's a good thing I have all these lairs. Hopefully it will help these stabbing fish people.
We need to know how to swim. I can't swim.
I came from water.
What does that mean?
so you
An
guys
egg.
heading to do some shopping then, it sounds like? Are you guys gonna grab a few supplies before you go?
That was my idea anyway.
Alright, well, you guys have the equipment list, so whatever you like, everything's pretty much base price.
Allow me, I'm quite wealthy.
If there's anything
Okay.
that's not on the list, just ask.
He said rope?
Rope is 4 silver for 30 feet.
Damn, that's pretty affordable.
Yeah, it looks like it's in the miscellaneous folder. That's all like the other gear. But if there's anything else you're looking for that's not on there, or you think you might need,
I'm looking over it right now, myself.
Yeah. I assume as a heretical priest, I can use scrolls to cast powers, right?
anybody can use scrolls to cast powers
Oh,
in this
okay.
game,
I actually can't use scrolls
except Kyle.
as a pale one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, no. That's all right.
Let's see. Grappling hook. Price is 12 silver. It's fair.
As you guys pass through the town square, you see the familiar form of Svendal, the beggar, currently preaching and doomsaying, as he often is out here to anyone who will listen. Being a cold morning, there's not many other people out here other than the few shop owners that have their stalls and booths open. But you can hear his voice kind of rambling on the wind when you pass by.
Nice.
I've gotten torch, rope, just bought some lockpicks as well. Still going.
That might be very good. What else? As long as someone can carry a sword and perhaps use one.
I mean, I've got this flail, so I'll probably be good. Yeah.
That's good.
I have my sword passed down generation to generation in my family for decades, centuries maybe even.
How long is a century?
Oh, I'm not sure.
Okay.
How long has it been? What is today? I haven't
Oh.
seen the sun for so long, I don't even know.
Did you get the blade of the ancestors? Is that
Yeah.
what you got? Awesome.
Yeah.
Sick.
Cool. Okay. Anything else you guys need, or is it time to set out?
I guess one miscellaneous thing. I don't know if this would be helpful. It's like, let's see if I can remember what that damn fool said about the plants. Some spores, a neurotoxin or something. Maybe a face covering would also be helpful.
I'm sorry, a neurotoxin?
The brain, I don't understand. It's like a poison for your mind. It makes you crazy.
Yeah, you could get some sort of face covering for silver.
All right, I will do that. And and if you don't have armor, you may try to pick some up at the blacksmiths.
All right, is that it?
I think that was it. I'm picking up a torch.
See how much scrolls are. Not cheap.
Yeah.
Oh, there's
So we can-
there's no scrolls for sale here. Come on.
Oh, okay.
Didn't think so. But, you know, we
Perhaps
can
if
help,
we can
right?
convince Barbarista to carry a wagon or haul a wagon, we could have more space, but he can be quite stubborn at times.
Two of the previous characters had wagons, but
Yeah.
I do have a wagon somewhere.
oh, you do? Okay. Well, did you bring it with to the dungeon or no?
I don't think so. I think it would have
Okay.
just been
Yeah,
left
you could
at home because I
strap it up to the horse then if you want.
wasn't gonna drive it myself. We had to run away from a troll, probably. Were it not for a stroke of luck and/or genius.
Well, if you're going to attach a wagon to Barbarista, just be sure to ask him first. He could be quite ornery.
And there he is. Barbarista, the incredible horse. He can talk? What?
What?
Yeah.
He is a magically intelligent, arrogant asshole.
Well, goddamn.
Well,
Holy shit, that horse.
Amazing.
do we have anything we want to carry? Because otherwise, I think I'll leave the cart here. Unless we have some extra spelunking equipment or whatnot. And
Yeah.
perhaps food.
I've got some dried food, but that's just for me.
I have a slice of troll meat left.
Wonderful.
I mean, the dungeon's like, you know, you can get there and back in about a day, so it's not terribly far. So,
No.
unless there's anything else to get, then we will assume that you guys depart and make your way there.
Do we want to try to buy armor? Or are we hoping?
Would Adine be able to get a shield? Is there a shield for sale?
No, the last shield was bought by the previous group.
Yep. Rip.
Well, if
Those
you're lucky, we
bastards.
might.
He had no
Yeah.
armor except the one he was making. So, and he didn't make a suit of armor in a day, unfortunately. So,
All right.
Yeah. Could Adine go in and request one?
yeah,
Put in a ticket?
yeah. The blacksmith will also say, you know, if you're gonna go where those guys went, just take it off his body.
That's the plan.
Adine tilts his head, nods, and then just turns on his heel and walks out.
All right.
Does he have any ranged items like a crossbow or a short bow or regular
Yes.
bow?
Yes, he has all of those.
Is there no regular bow? Is it just a short bow and a crossbow?
I believe so. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna buy a crossbow then.
All right. Be sure you buy ammo.
Yes. That would be awful. As soon as I find out where that is.
It's in the weapons thing too. Bolts.
Oh. Ah,
Oh, there's bow. Just regular bow is there too. It's a little bit better than the short bow.
You can buy a hook hand. Or you
yeah,
can
man.
get a hook hand. Amazing.
I'll commit to the crossbow. Screw it.
All right, cool.
All right.
All right. Well, you guys load up your gear. You're not taking the wagon. Are you taking the horse and the dog?
Oh yes.
Oh wait, I just had a thought. How strict are we with regard to burial rites? Like, should I be pushing to recover the bodies of our fallen comrades? And I mean, even if I was kind of a scavenger, an unscrupulous fellow, and
I-
wanted to.
I think it would be
Good.
preferable, considering that the town guard is kind of a big deal here.
Maybe
but,
we
you
should
know.
bring the cart then.
Yeah, it might not be a bad idea. We could say you could load up the bodies in there if you get them.
Can we speak with your horse?
But of course. Barbarista, you behave yourself. Don't need any comments about my weight today either.
Yeah, whatever, fatty.
God.
What do you want?
We need help pulling a cart.
Well, do you now?
Yes.
All right, and what's in it for me?
I'm gonna look back to Noble. Be like, carrots? I don't grow carrots.
I nod.
The horse stamps its foot in frustration and neighs very loudly.
You want to get fed, Barbarista? I suggest you cooperate today.
Yeah, I don't want no carrots. Give me some of those sugar cubes and oats. Those honey-flavored ones.
Corbin rolls his eyes, goes in and buys them.
All right.
Imagine being extorted by your horse.
That's wild.
Yeah, you see Barbarous looks quite proud of himself when he gobbles down one of the sugar cubes, and then when he's done with that, he says, "All right, just hook up the oat thing to my face, and we'll go. I'll eat while we walk."
As you wish, Barbarista.
All right, and you see that he he's got the bag so he can feed while you guys are walking, attached to his reins. You strap up the wagon, and you make your way towards Ye Old Dungeon. But before that, we're gonna need some dice rolls. What do we need here? Let me find my tables. Okay. I will need someone to please roll me a D20.
Alrighty. Oh. Ooh.
Okay. You continue down the same path you went the day before, leading the group Henry, and this road, which was once well maintained but has since fallen into disrepair. You pass the area where you obliterated the troll, its body now rotting on the side of the path. But other than that, it is uneventful. Nothing particular happens. Nothing attacks you. No one tries to rob you. It's quiet, other than the crackling frost in the trees and on the path. And eventually, you make it back to that cave entrance that you were at the day before.
I loathe this place. I don't suppose any of you are the subtle sort. Like,
What?
can we may wish to try to remain quiet as we go through the cave.
Oh, I can be quite sneaky when the time calls for it. Why? In the past, I've...
No time for sleeping. We must get to it. There's a cave entrance, and under the sarcophagus is a stairwell to our first set of trials.
We're on trial now?
But I do have a +1 to agility.
Oh shit. I have a -1.
Oh.
You can cross the bridge first.
No, here we go.
All right, so are you so you guys are going through the sarcophagus, and you make your way down this flight of stairs, and eventually Henry points out the stairs just kind of end, and at first it looks like it just goes down into nothing, but that's where you guys can use your grappling hook and some of your rope to climb down. And it's, maybe about I don't know, 6-7 foot drop. You can't see it at all unless you've actually got your torch out and kind of lower it. From up above, it just looks like it's black. So everybody, please give me an agility test, and you can have a.
Oh shit!
This will be DR with the rope. DR8.
I failed.
Oh, I didn't change the thing.
I also failed.
Oh no, I'm good.
Success.
For those of you that fail, you take a point of damage, as even with the rope and climbing gear, you slip and fall. You find yourself in that room where you met the naked, crazy guy, who I believe is now dead and rotting on the floor.
Very dead. Yep.
And
I missed a
then-
party.
Yep, there is a door across the room from the steps you just dropped down from that leads towards the bridge that you crossed last time, Henry. And then to your right is the staircase that goes down to the 2 lower levels that's filled with the angelic choir, that creepy singing shit on the walls, and the spores.
Yes. It occurs to me arriving at this point that we will likely not need to cross the bridge. So you're off the hook on that one. However, if you do have something that could cover your mouth and nose, perhaps before we descend into these strange
Did everybody buy some sort of face covering?
I did, yeah.
Okay.
I did not know.
All right. Well, if you did, this will be a DR6 presence test. If you did not, then this will be a D10. Hold on, let me check. Look at the right thing here. I'm sorry. That's for the singing. My bad. So the spores. So, Scar, since you weren't here last week, you guys make your way down a flight of stairs, which ends at a landing, and then you continue down a second flight of stairs that brings you to a lower level where there's kind of a stream running through this long tunnel that to your right is kind of blocked off by a cave-in. To your left, the tunnel seems to stretch down a ways. The pretty much entire way down this staircase, the walls are filled with these vines that cover the floor, the stairs, the ceiling. And within these vines are these bulbous flowers that, when they open, the inside of the flower looks like the face of an angel. And they begin to sing this haunting, wordless melody, kind of humming and, just like what you'd hear in a choir, not really words, just noises and sounds. So everybody needs to give me a DR10 presence test when they hear the singing. If you pass, you are fine. If you fail, you begin to hum and sing along with the song as if you have heard it before and know it.
Oh yeah, Torbit knows this number.
All right.
Urgush passes.
So Torben and Nadine begin to hum along. They rolled the exact same thing. Much to your dismay, Henry, they are not being quiet. And then...
They have the face coverings, right? So it'd be 6?
That's for the spores. The spores are a different test.
Oh, right.
Okay, so for the spores... Yeah, I fucked this up kind of last week, but we're going to do it right this time. So the spores are normally a DR12 toughness test. If you have the mask, it'll be DR8.
I'm glad I brought that then. I'm not terribly tough.
I guess
Yeah.
We rolling this now?
Yep, and if you fail, roll me a D4.
Oh god.
Urgush failed.
So
Ooh, a
Torbin.
nat 1.
For crap's sake. Wow. All
Four.
boys.
Holy
You guys are awesome
shit.
at this game. Did you
Oh,
all
I-
fail?
Yeah.
Oh my god, the highest roll was a 3.
Oh
I'm gonna-
boy, we're in for it tonight.
I'm doing an omen for that one.
Okay.
I can't be blind to creatures again.
You know what? Yeah, I thank you for reminding me that openings exist. It's been a minute for me. I'm gonna use one too.
Sure.
I think
All
that's
right,
a good
well, maybe
idea.
I will. Wait, how?
Okay.
You said it was 8, right? Damn it.
Yes.
Oh my god, I got number 1!
Try it again.
Cripes.
15.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Okay.
try it too.
16.
Oh, another nat 1,
Here
a
we go.
7, and a Dean. What you got for us?
Why isn't it going? I clicked it once, so I don't want to. Come on, there we go. All right.
6.
6.
Cool.
Fuck me.
Okay. If you failed, please roll a d4.
Hmm.
Everybody except our wretched noble.
Henry has a 4.
No, I used my my thing, so
2.
or omen, so I passed.
Oh, sorry, it's Sean that passed. My bad.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, if you rolled a 4, you are blinded. Living creatures are invisible to you, and you hear strange voices. For the person that rolled a 2, the world spins. You must use one hand to support yourself against a wall, or you fall prone. So
Ouch.
your movement is kind of limited as you kind of get this nauseous feeling that comes over you.
Can we like use our torches and burn these fucking stupid flower things?
Sure.
Okay. Just gonna use a torch and just start burning them and
Okay, so Urgosh is like, had enough of this. You use your torch to start to set some of these things ablaze. And as you do, you see the angel faces look like they're in pain, and the humming and haunting singing turns into screeches of pain and agony.
good.
And pretty soon that whole stairwell is on fire as the vines burn and char to nothing. Let's see. I will let everybody who failed do the test again. The toughness test.
Oh, come on.
Oh man.
Oh my god!
Oh.
Oh, okay.
Bro. I love Morkmore, man.
All right.
All right. So, Dean, after these things die, you can feel that nauseous feeling kind of washes away from you as quickly as it washed over you, and you eventually get your senses back. But for the other two who failed, you are still. You still really don't see anything else. Any living creatures to you are invisible, and you can kind of hear the voices of your companions on the distance, kind of muffled and distorted.
Oh, what is this? I can see a thing.
That's happened to me as well, but it's seems to affect only living creatures. You can navigate, but you'll have to blind fight.
Well, shouldn't have a problem with it anymore. We burned them. We're good. Just think of it like a bad drug trip, okay?
Is this permanent?
I don't know. Hope not.
No,
Henry knows it's not.
it's not. But I couldn't really tell you how long it lasts.
It was about an hour.
I had fled.
It's dreadfully disorienting. I don't like it.
Okay, well, what do you guys do next? Henry, you're the only one who's been here before, and now you can't see anything, so what do you do?
Well, I guess I at least vaguely know the layout of like kind of going north into the burial chamber. Maybe not necessarily north, but
So yeah, to
whatever direction
refresh
they're
your memory, this hallway goes in one direction, and a little ways up the hallway on the right-hand side is an opening that goes into that burial chamber where there was an altar and one of these creatures' dead bodies was on it. If you continue down the hallway, there's an opening on the left which goes to that big central chamber that leads down to the fiery pit. You didn't really explore it, you could just tell, you guys could see the glow of the fire from that pit at the end of that hall. And just like on the floor above you, it's like the hall just ends where you assume would be like a wall at the end of the hall, and instead there's just no wall at all, and it's just right open to the shaft basically of the pit. If you continue beyond that, the path winds around to the right and eventually leads into the chamber where you fought the creatures in their like weird larval cocoons at the knee-high water.
Well, we should proceed this way. Be sure to stay as far away from the opening of the heated pit as
Which
possible.
pit?
Through this next room, we'll see the altar of a dead body. We should not touch it. Must proceed onward into another room. There's a pit. Just avoid it, and then likely we will face resistance there. Although I suppose they may have moved around. One of you can still see, yes? Please,
Yeah.
please shout
Yes.
as much positional information as you can.
Oh, okay. I'll shout as loud as I can.
It doesn't need to be terribly loud, it just needs to be descriptive.
Ear bursting loud. Got it, boss. No worries.
Yeah, and as you guys do pass the room that has the altar, both of the two of you who are succumbing to the effects of the spores, you do see the body on the altar. Because it's not alive.
Oh, okay.
Are you guys just proceeding down the hall to the chamber with the larva?
Following the lead, yeah. Point
Wanna
man.
sneak, I assume, right?
I'm sorry?
I'm clarifying because Matt had previously said he wants us to like be quiet. You want us to like try to sneak?
Yeah, once a fight breaks out, be descriptive. Do not, no shouting until then, if you can avoid it.
Okay. All right.
But,
Well, everybody can give me a DR12 agility test as you attempt to sneak.
No.
Oh
Okay.
man, I actually got one this time.
All right. Well, you're not nearly as loud as the last time you were down here, but you guys have already made so much noise coming down here that you don't know how helpful that's going to be. So you begin to creep down the hall. Would everybody please give me a presence test? This will be DR14.
Nice.
Another one. Wow.
Okay, for the two of you who passed, you hear faintly on the edge of your hearing the sound of something lightly slapping on the stone behind you guys as you get towards the end of the hall.
Something is slapping up against the stone. I'll whisper.
Yeah, something's coming. Guys, turn around. Look, what is it? And he'll have his flail ready to bop a dude in the face.
All right, you see two of the creatures drowned. You see two of them kind of creeping along Gollum style on their hands and feet across the floor towards you guys, trying to sneak up on you. And when they see you, they hiss in their weird fish language, and we're gonna need some initiative. And I'll put you guys here on the Lord, why does it say grin? Oh wait, that's because of your token. And somebody please roll me a d6 for initiative. Remember, low is bad.
I'll do. Hey.
Here we
alright.
go.
So again, we don't have to worry too much about like positioning and stuff. But yeah, there's 2 of these things that are creeping towards you guys, so I'll put tokens for them on the map. And what did we get for initiative?
5.
5. You guys get to go first. Crank up the metal. All right. They try to get the drop on you, but it appears you have the drop on them. You get to go first.
Nice. Urgush will just rush him.
All right.
Attack.
They are DR 12.
Okay. Miss.
Nice. Okay, good start.
Yep.
Kind of shout, Dean, where are you? And try to buff. Oh, well, assuming there's some kind of response. I'll attempt to cast Mitzel Blind Your Eye on that creature
Okay.
to make them invisible.
Okay.
And wield the
Go for it.
power.
Make your roll.
Oh wait, I was supposed to do. How many do we got today? 4. Okay, cool. Wield. Put another-
Oh, the nat 20 was so close.
Oh my gosh, this is real. Wait, hold on. Can I use an omen to reduce the DR by 4 and avoid the 2 damage and dizzy?
Yes, absolutely.
I will do that. Okay. So, Dean, you're invisible now. Until you're damaged, you attack defend with DR6.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Yeah, jeez.
All right. Who's next?
A Dean will kill.
Go for it.
And he'll rush up and go after this drowned.
All right, just to refresh everybody's memories on this awesome artwork. Just attach that head to a creature with a lagoon body. That's what I envision these things look like. But they run around like murlocs.
So I get DR6 now?
That's what he said.
Sweet. Okay, here we go. Oh, what is their armor? D2?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh my god!
Hey,
Their weapon breaks! Do you want to use an omen?
Man.
I do. Yep.
Critical fumble. Amazing.
Fucking real, dude. That was amazing. Alright, we're gonna try one more time. Here we go. Okay. Yeah. Alright,
Yeah,
so I hit that fucker, and he got 1 damage.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. And Torben, your turn.
Man, are we gonna get killed by 2 of these things?
So Torben has a huge sword with him. I can't remember this actor's name. Oh god, I really wanted to accentuate this with this actor's name. He's dead. He was in Harry Potter. He was the bad wizard teacher. What was his actor's name?
Alan Rickman?
It
Yeah,
sounds right.
Snape, right?
Actually bad, or
Yeah. In my best impersonation of him, you hear that voice as Torben pulls his sword out, and you hear, "Oh, you again? This ought to be good."
Whoa,
And he
okay,
attacks.
What does your sword do?
It's clearly magical and talks. It's extremely foppish, unreliable, and quietly despises me. It constantly taunts me at my failures and is continuously disappointed in me.
Oh god.
It will, in a 1 in 6 chance, accidentally attack me or you guys instead of dealing damage to the enemy.
Alright.
But
here-
it's a DR10 to hit.
Oh, okay.
Oh shit.
And defense.
And defense, yeah.
Okay.
Man.
you're just taking shit from every direction, huh?
Boy.
Well, that's a 5, so it doesn't hit anything.
That's the... Okay, it doesn't hit us too, though.
Yeah. Okay. So, not a great round, as the creatures are not impressed. One of them is going to attack Adine because he actually did damage, and the other one I'll roll between Urgosh and Torben since he tore up front. So 4, 5, 6, it'll be Torben. It is. So Torben and Adine, if you would each please roll me defense.
All right.
These guys do d6 damage with their spears.
Okay. And I'm on DR6 because I'm invisible, right? As well.
Yes.
Okay. Oh.
Okay.
Gonna take
Dean takes a damage. Oh my god. Torben takes 4?
Oh,
Jeez.
roll her.
Might want to use an omen to reduce that damage. God damn.
How much health you got, Torben? Oh, you're muted, Scar.
Wait, sorry, my son woke up.
Oh, okay.
Wow, my armor, that was a lot of damage. I have 4, so I'll use a omen.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus. This
I'll use my
fucking
last
thing.
omen here.
Wow. Okay. Okay. Wow. All right, so that what? Lowers the damage by d6. So roll a d6. Ooh, nice. 6.
Right, we're done.
Okay. So these things are not messing around. And you guys don't even have to make a test. You can hear shouts of more of these things coming from down the hall from the lair where you know that they were sleeping. You don't see any yet, though. Back to you guys.
Adine's mad and will lash out again.
Doesn't your
back up.
invisibility end because you took
Yeah.
damage?
Yeah, so what's the DR again? 10?
These guys are 12.
12. Okay.
Well, that sucks.
Oh, fucking shit.
God damn.
Yeah, I miss very hard.
That's a 2.
It's a
Okay.
2.
Urgosh will
not a
attack
one.
as well. God damn
Very
it.
quick. Very quick.
A 2, and I rolled a 3.
Oh my
You are
God.
rolling the 20-sided dice, right? Just
Yes.
I just want to double check.
I'm trying to, yeah.
Yeah.
Doing my
Okay.
best.
It doesn't feel like it. Feels
I
like
know.
a D6 each time.
Yeah. Feels like I'm rolling a D4 actually.
All right.
Feels like I'm rolling for fucking glory.
Henry, Torben, anybody? You want to try to save the day here?
I'm gonna do kind of the opposite. Well, no. Oh shoot, no. I. What are the rules on Morkboard for backing out of melee? I don't think
There's
there are
there's,
any, are there?
there's no rules. Yeah, you can leave, I guess. Right, because everyone's engaged right now, so there's no big deal.
Torben's gonna back off, shield his sassy blade, and then take a shot with his crossbow instead.
Okay. So that's presence, I believe, for ranged attacks.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought it was agility. I
That's
need
what
to
I
get
thought too,
fucking
but-
ranged shit in this game.
Oh, he hit. Oh my god, 2 damage. You have to roll for their armor, their D2 armor. Sorry.
If you like target them, it should automatically add that stuff in.
Oh, the armor rolls a 2. The bolt just bounces off its scaled hide. But you did hit it. Good job.
Huzzah.
Henry?
Yeah,
Any way to save the day?
I'm gonna attempt the time lock pneumotoxin and crush up my tablet and waft it in the direction of the snarling beast next to me,
Okay.
hoping that it works. So we have a 13.
Okay.
Thrown upon a creature, it takes D6 damage. 5.
Wow. Okay. It's hacking up a lung and coughing. It's not dead, but it is very hurt. Okay. Well done. On their turn, at this point at the end of the hall, you can hear the sounds of them getting louder. You can probably see them on your edge of your vision as the other 5 from last time, or the other 3, making a total of 5, are at the end of the hall, and they will be here next round. And these other 2, one's going to attack you, Henry. So please make your roll. Remember, D6 damage. And then the other one, we will roll between Sean and Kyle. Sean, you'll be high. It's attacking you.
Okay. Defensive roll. I passed. Or no, I didn't. Oh,
Yeah,
DR 14, right?
he gets me for 1 damage.
It's me for 2.
These guys are DR 12.
Oh, okay. I don't know why it auto did 14.
The goblins were 14. These guys are 12.
Okay. Then I'm in the clear, it seems.
Okay. Alrighty. And then Henry takes a point of damage. Okay, next round, you better do something fast here, because those other guys are cruising on in.
Terrifying.
Not great.
It's your turn. Go ahead.
I have strategic reasons for sandbagging, so somebody else go.
Strategic reasons.
Yes.
Okay, I'll go.
So he can run away. Everybody dies.
I hit. And I do 1 damage. Fuck me.
Oh my god. You did 2d4 and you still rolled 1. Oh
Bro,
my
I can't
God.
control the foundry dice, my man.
My guy. Oh boy.
My dude.
Yep. Okay. Oh my god. Above a 10. What was that D20 for?
Gary muted if you're doing stuff.
Oh, my bad. I'm talking to myself. That's for Chi-Chi. He doesn't have stats, so I just did a raw D20 roll for his attack.
Chi-Chi has his own thing in your don't you have his character sheet?
Yeah. No, he has no stats.
Under his description.
Yeah, he just he attacks. Unless I just roll the bite, the D4 for his bite.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't have to roll for an attack?
Well, you still have to attack, yeah, but he does D4 damage.
Okay, so what would I roll for his attack?
Same as you are. It's DR 12 to hit these guys.
Right, but he has no strength or presence, or he has no stats.
Oh yeah, he doesn't get any bonuses. It's just he does D4 damage.
Oh, he just does the damage. Okay.
Well, he has to hit, but
It was effectively
so confused.
neutral to hit. It's the +0. The standard DC of 12 or whatever it is.
Okay, yeah. That's what the D20 roll was. Just a flat D20 roll for his attack.
well, you hit, and we need damage, please.
I did damage first for some reason, but it's right above Urgush's attack.
Oh, I see. Okay, so he takes 2 damage. Which one is? I should put him on the table here on the board. Let me give him there we go.
Sorry, I had to do all of his stuff raw. The armor roll is the last one, so he blocked a point of damage.
It's okay. Let me put Chi-Chi up here. Okay, which one is Chi-Chi attacking?
This one right here.
Okay, good choice. Chi-Chi dives into action and mauls this guy, grabbing it by the leg and dragging him to the ground, and it is dead.
Oh.
Awesome, he's dead. I'm jumping in.
Okay.
I'm playing the Flute of Tosk. Once per combat, when a creature dies, play the Bone Flute's Echoing Fugue. This deals an echo of the fatal damage to a random enemy in the vicinity.
Okay. Roll me a d4. If you roll a 1, It'll hit the guy you guys are already fighting. Otherwise, it'll hit one of the other guys who are at full. Okay. And he did what? 3 damage? 2 damage because of the armor. Okay.
Yeah, that was my grand strategy.
Hey, that's 2 points of damage,
Hey.
man. That's helpful.
Hey, man. Yeah,
Great.
damage is damage.
Great for a blind guy.
Yeah.
Anyone else, or is everybody gone?
Corbin
Adine.
hasn't.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Go ahead, Adine.
Adine wordlessly takes out a bomb and throws it right in between all 3 of these guys.
What the
Nice.
fuck? Okay. Well, that's a presence test.
Okay. Oh, it just says ranged attack. Do I
Yeah.
just
Yeah, you
the
do that.
attack?
Mhm.
Okay. All right, come on now. Nope. That's a miss.
Do you have any omens left?
Nope.
Can I use my omen to let him reroll?
Yes. Yeah.
I will.
we allow that.
I will use my omen.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Good thing, omen.
Almost.
God damn it!
Okay. We'll roll damage because it'll catch one of them in the blast. I mean, it's not a very big haul, so and you only missed by 1, so it'll catch one of them.
Okay, so damage is a D10.
Oh shit! D10.
Oh.
Very
All
nice.
right. Massive explosion goes off, catching the one at the back, and he gets engulfed in flames as the other 2 charge forward. I think that leaves Torben.
All right. Another crossbow bolt coming at you.
Which one are you shooting at?
The one directly in front of me.
Okay. You hit. Roll damage.
Here I should probably target A. That's weird that it. Oh, I just rolled a raw presence like an idiot. My bad. Shaking off a lot of rust here. Sorry.
No worries.
Okay.
No worries. So a D8 damage for the crossbow, right?
Yeah, and I got your armor coming in hot too.
nice! Big 8. Urgosh, the bolt goes soaring over your shoulder and strikes this thing in the head, and it drops down dead, which means before these guys attack, I think they need to make a morale test. When do they take a morale test? That's the question. Probably at the end of the round. All right, they will have a chance to attack as they charge in, but they're seeing all their buddies get killed. Go ahead. Let's see. How do we roll morale here? Let's press this button. Stands firm. Okay.
Rat.
All right. I'll roll for the other one too. I guess they would both roll. They love it.
They're hardcore.
Fuck it. I don't care. One of them is going to obviously go for a Dean, and the other one is going to. He's going to make a test to see if he can sneak past you guys. Henry and Urgosh, give me agility test, DR 12. If you pass, you can get attack of opportunity as this guy runs past you to try to get to Torben. Torben got the kill. Swing and a miss from Henry.
No, sir.
And
Bro.
a swing and a miss from Urgosh. It landed on the 19, but it said 3.
6.
What a cock tease.
Yeah, I'm only rolling d6s, it seems.
All right. Torben and Adine, you're being attacked.
All right. Let me get my deep hand.
Nice.
Ooh, dodge.
Torben, how about you? Did we lose? Scar, you there? Did we lose you? Oh, he's muted again.
Nope, talking to myself again. Right. Chi going at this guy, and I will go at this guy. Then I got targeted here to the left of Henry.
Oh, you need to make a defensive roll first. This guy's attacking you.
Oh, okay. Right.
He ran past your bros to get you.
That's messed up, dude.
Well, so is shooting his friend in the face. I mean,
I don't know. I feel like we're on the right side of history on this one. They're
you're
down.
invading their house. Just,
It's all our land anyway.
what is this, Manifest Destiny? Get out of here.
I mean,
Was it a
I've
D8 of
heard
damage,
these,
Chris?
yeah.
They do D6 damage, DR 12 normally. Well, it's DR 10 for you because of your magic sword. Spirit magic helmet.
Oh,
Yay.
Well, thinks I still got hit, but
You didn't. Okay, you're
Yeah.
fine. Good thing too, because you'd be dead.
yes, it would be.
jeez.
Okay.
I give him going cheap on the armor. I could have easily bought medium.
Oh, you fool. Okay. Heroes, quote unquote, your turn.
All right, so me and Nadine are just gonna gang up on this guy.
Okay.
Do we get any
You
bonus for fighting him like we're from the Bronx? Just two teaming him?
Yeah, I'll give you DR 10 instead of 12.
Okay.
I mean, you guys outnumber them now, so by a lot.
There we go.
Holy shit, a hit.
Fucking 5 damage, resisted 2, takes 3.
All right. So I hit him with a 14. Got that damage to 2. That flick is 0.
Okay. All right, and other PCs.
I guess instead of swinging blind, I'm gonna like slap myself on the head and be like, "Oh right, this," and I'm gonna take another quaff of this life elixir to restore 1 hit point and cure my disability,
Okay.
and that'll be my turn.
All right. You see there are 2 creatures left here in the tunnel. Chi-Chi and Torben returns.
Yeah, Chi-Chi's going at him. Gonna rip him apart. Go, Chi-Chi.
I believe.
Oh my
So,
god.
Was that a D4, I think, on Chi-Chi? Yeah. D4 and... There's the armor.
Well, armor
Yeah.
is absorbed. Went.
And I'm gonna sling another bolt.
Okay. Be sure to keep track of your ammo as well.
Yeah. That's a D2 armor, right? D2. I'm gonna do
Yep.
it right this time.
You got it. Nope. Twang. All right.
Sad.
Okay. Well, Urgush, you hit this thing. Well, you both
Yep.
hit it, but you hit it harder, so he's going to
Yeah.
attack you.
All right.
And then other critter is probably going to attack Chi-Chi because Chi-Chi actually hit it. So I need a defensive roll for your dog.
It hits me for 2 damage.
Oof. Oof.
I'm down past my half health mark.
Oh no.
Oh, Chi-Chi gets it.
How much? Chi-Chi takes D6 damage.
3! Chi-Chi's dead!
No. Is he dead or broken? What's his health?
0 broken.
Oh, so he's broken. So he's not
Yeah.
dead. Roll me a D4. He's dead.
Aw, dang.
Chi-Chi, no!
Woof. Another dog to add to the collection. Oh boy. Okay. Characters, you may go.
For the dog.
Nice.
Oh, very nice.
Oh.
Annihilated.
Next damage.
Actually doing stuff? Okay.
That's what it feels like to play the game.
5 damage. Well done. Okay, we're gonna add him to the thing here. All right, go ahead. That guy is toast. That'll kill him.
All right, then I'll
One
go help out.
remaining.
Now we're gonna turbo gank him.
Okay.
Turbo gank, love it.
Fuck. Back to
Nice.
D6s. I had a nice roll, and then it said you've had too much fun.
Yep.
I'm gonna give this guy a stab as well. Oh!
Oh,
A
Yes!
crit.
the mythical.
The
Yes.
mythic music. Oh my god,
It
7
did the
damage.
thing.
You
Literal
fucking
max.
crush this thing's skull with whatever you were using. Your
A
knife?
little knife.
Oh yeah, you fucking just jam it into his throat. He gurgles on his blood as he dies. And you have finally killed all of the drowned. Well done.
Corbin drops to his knees in tears, picks up his chihuahua's lifeless body.
Yep, he did.
Goodbye,
Almost-
Lord.
Bastards!
Well, it's a good thing they're dead.
This
We
dog
avenged
was
him.
passed down to my family for generations.
I don't think dogs live that long, actually, but oh, okay.
Wait, is it Thursday?
Sure.
Yes?
Never mind. He was only 2.
Ah,
A shame.
It's all right. I avenged it.
You have indeed, and that is a perfect time to take our break as we're at our halfway point here. So we will add Chi-Chi, the small but vicious dog, to the pile with Lucky, the small but vicious dog.
R.I.P.
That's brutal.
All right. All right, folks, we'll take our break, grab some Dr. Pepper, and we will be right back.
At least all small vicious dogs go to small vicious dog heaven.
Got him.
All right, take 5, guys. I'll be back.
All right. BRB boys.
Right. Later.
Well, listeners, we are back. Our Cretans have survived, and only the dog died. Sorry about that, but yes, you have finished killing all of the drowned. What do you do next? Do you go and actually investigate the lair that they were in?
Check it out.
I'm gonna search these fish people.
Okay. We've got charts for that too. Let me just find them. We've got charts for everything in this game. Let's see. But do I have the charts in Foundry is the question.
Kill
Wait,
them.
wait.
We might
GM
not
screen?
die down here. GM screen.
Does it have... No. No, it doesn't. Why? Why wouldn't it have that? Okay, well, luckily I think it's on the first page of the rulebook. Also, I got the other Markburg expansion today, Icon. I got that this week. It finally showed up. Not as impressive as the other 3 core products, not gonna lie. A little underwhelming. But anywho. Okay, Scar, if you'd like. There are 5 bodies here. Please go ahead and roll me 5 D66s.
5d6, you said?
D66 for each one of them.
Oh, okay. So 5d66.
And tell me the individual rolls, please.
I got a 43.
All right. You found a bond. A local potentate owes the holder a sizable amount. Oh, so like an actual, like... I guess you found like a paper fucking thing crumpled up in this thing's bag or something. Okay.
Well, unfortunately, I got another 43 after that.
What? Okay. Yeah, I guess you find 2 of them on this guy. This creature had some sort of fucking Ponzi scheme going on.
Amazing.
After that is a 16.
The remains of something worthless crumples in your hands.
Beautiful. 33.
A metal cylinder with gunpowder and fuse.
Oh.
So you can use
Pipe
this. Basically, it's a pipe bomb. I'm gonna stick a dynamite, and when you throw it, you roll a d6. On a 1 or 2, you lose your hand. On a 3 through 6, it does 3d10 damage wherever it lands.
I like
Wow.
that.
Damn.
Okay, and what was the last one?
A 30.
You can't get a 30 on a D66. How did it get you a 30? That's weird. I will just go up to a 31 then. A map to a weak but wealthy family's house. Perhaps it was this tribe's next target.
Okay. And the dynamite was a 1 to 2 or 1 to 3? I blow my hand up.
1 to 2. 3 through 6, it detonates, and it's a ranged attack.
Okay.
Yes. Because in Foundry, when you say D66, it rolls a 66-sided die, which is not 2D6.
That makes sense. Yeah.
With tens.
Yeah. I'm sure there's actually a D66 out there. I've seen some weird dice out there in the real world. D30, D7.
Yeah, DCC's got all sorts of weird dice that they make for that game.
Love people
Okay.
printing the D100s, which just looks like a big golf ball. that
Oh
has
yeah,
Numbers printed in the divots.
they never stop rolling. Yeah, love them. Okay. That is what you find on these creatures. When you guys make your way into the lair, Henry was already here, but for the rest of you, this area is this stinking, disgusting room. It is soaked in water, about up to ankle, or about ankle, shin height, give or take knee height. There are all sorts of bits and pieces of things they've taken. There's parts of furniture, some simple tools, torn up ragged clothes, and there's these disgusting fleshy cocoons that you guys saw they were using for sleeping the first time that you were down here, Henry. All of them are now empty. In addition, you also see the body of Belfaduk, the traitor drown who you guys had freed from the prison the last time you were here, and you also see the bodies of your other companions, all 4 of them, and the dog, Lucky. They are all in states of being looted, waterlogged, rotting, and some of them appear to have been partially eaten as well. The
Gross.
stench down here is fucking disgusting.
Awful. Well, it was said the sword lies beyond this chamber. We should continue on.
Yeah, I'll need everybody to give me a DR 14 presence test. So you don't see any obvious place where to go. This looks like an empty room. Ooh, almost had it.
Nice.
Noise.
Ooh.
Dean, you see your companions here fumbling around, looking confused, and you're kind of staring very slowly, panning around, and then you see, basically, kind of on the opposite side of the room, you notice that there is a part of the wall where you see something doesn't look quite natural, and you realize there's an opening here, and you're able to basically move part of the wall aside, and it leads to a smaller little chamber, which you realize is got to be their treasure hoard. Please roll me 2d4. You find this little muddy alcove. All sorts of shiny objects and other detritus is piled back here. Okay. A 3 and a 4? Is that what you got? Okay.
Yeah.
You find a 10-foot copper rod, and you also find a silver effigy of a 3-headed basilisk, which you guys would know would be quite heretical, as the 2-headed basilisk is kind of the primary deity in the dying world. But it's this about the size of a basketball, like a silver little statue. It's dirty because it's been sitting like down here in this mud, but it looks like it's probably worth a pretty penny because it is all silver. In addition, you see with blade down, stuffed basically into the dirt, is a sword. A large, two-handed blade. And I think I have an image of it as well I can show you. I do. Here we go. You realize this must be the Chaos Blade that the captain sent you here to get.
Ooh.
It's got this kind of almost like a Chaos Star at the very pommel, at the end of the handle. It's got a massive two-handed grip, and then the crossbar, the hilt, the guard. Above that, kind of has these two big spikes that point up almost like claws. And then about a third of the way and then half the way down the blade, there are two triangular spikes that stick out from the blades to create even more weird killingness. And then the blade itself has all sorts of strange inscriptions, runes, etched into the blade itself.
This seems to be it. The deacon will be pleased if we can carry this back.
Well, I'm not touching it.
I sort of felt the same.
I'm already cursed with one magical sword. Ugh, don't need another.
Adine would reach out and grab it.
It's quite heavy, but you are able to heft it. And yeah, nothing strange or weird happens as you're expecting. It does feel different than a normal blade, but you don't you're not possessed or have to take any tests or anything, but it definitely feels like there's something special about this thing.
Mm-hmm.
There's also all the gear from your previous characters that are down here.
Nice.
So any of that, I know there was a shield. I think there
Shield,
was
light
a
armor.
suit or two of light armor. There's probably a few swords, and there was also whatever money you guys may have had,
Mm-hmm.
and there was also there was that other two-handed sword you guys found.
And there may have been a scroll. I remember somebody
Yeah,
telling
the death
me
scroll that Kyle had.
Unless
Oh,
that's
yeah.
what Robin
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's still here. Well, you know what? That might have actually gotten wet. That probably might have actually gotten ruined. We'll roll for that. I'm trying to look for this sword, though.
That might be for the best.
Okay, there was
Zweihander?
it was a Zweihander that was incredibly sharp, so it does D10 plus 1 damage. You found that with the goblins were fighting over it.
Oh yeah, that whole thing.
Kyle, high or low?
Low. Oh. Fuck off.
Exactly in the middle of
Well,
50.
A D100 is 1 through 100, so 50 would be low.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Just on the edge.
It'd be 1
yeah,
through 50 and then
51.
51 to 100. So
Yeah.
Holy
Damn,
shit!
son.
the scroll is slightly damp, but still readable and usable.
Nice.
It just started taking on water.
Just
So,
like
yeah.
me.
What was it? The scroll of death or whatever?
Something like that.
I think that was literally the name of the power.
Yeah, the death scroll.
The death scroll?
Yeah.
Good old Swedish death metal.
Yeah, it's just death. Cool. Okay. All right. Yeah, so you guys feel free to divvy that up. I don't know how much money everybody had.
I had
So-
0.
I remember.
Yeah,
Well,
I don't
for me.
I don't know what Eric had, so we'll assume it's lost.
So 80. Yeah.
Well, I guess a real sword is an upgrade from a measly knife, so I might grab that. No one of you guys wanted a shield, right?
I'm not gonna use
Dean
shield.
was.
You get dibs on that.
Well, actually, no. You go ahead. If I'm gonna, I might take the warhammer off of Gritton's corpse.
And a lot of people have two-handed weapons here, it seems, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it doesn't make sense for me to get a shield. So.
Although I'm gonna be looking for like a fucking ranged weapon after this. Now that I know it uses presence instead of agility.
Yeah, that might
Hey,
be-
Sean, what were the names of your characters from last week?
Um,
The Deckham?
Delcrum. Delcum.
No.
Yeah, I honestly couldn't tell you.
Okay, we'll say Deckham. And what was the other one was? The second guy?
We could probably scroll up real far, right? We'll
Oh.
scroll up and see.
That is true.
My sword is one-handed. If no one can use the shield, I'll definitely use it.
Yeah, you can take the shield.
If you have a
Decrum.
proper one, I'll take one of the random two-handed weapons that are lying around.
Henvir.
Henvir. Decrum and Henvir.
I'm making a complete list of all of our casualties,
Nice.
so we can have a memoriam at the end of this. What about
I mean, if-
Eric's character? What was his name? Varro.
Borrow.
Oh yeah.
It's a good
If no one
one.
minds, I'd like to snag that light armor that I purchased last time.
Yeah, take it.
Sick. Great guys.
Okay, well, when you are done pilfering and looting, is there anything else you wish to do?
Can I take a look at that three-headed depiction of the basilisk?
Yeah, it's a statue that appears to be made primarily, if not entirely, out of silver, and it has a third head rather than two,
Goddamn.
which is either meant, you're assuming, to be a mockery of the two-headed basilisk, or I believe perhaps a different incarnation of it. You're not sure.
Okay.
Did somebody scoop up the fancy Zweihander? Or like the non-quest Zweihander?
No.
Guess I'll snag that.
Okay.
For now, at least.
You have a very sharp Zweihander. All right. Do you guys eventually return to Cravenford, or is there anything else you wish to do here, other than claim the bodies of the fallen?
Well, we were asked to delve deeper into these caves and destroy some sort of plant that might be the source of their power, or food? It wasn't made clear to me. In memory of the, is that
Belfaduk.
Belfaduk?
Yep.
We could carry out her wishes. I honestly would prefer to be rid of this place if we can
Yeah.
collect our companions and leave.
I concur. I've had enough thrill for one day, I think. My poor Chi-Chi.
Yeah, I'm kind of bleeding over here, so I'm good to go home.
It will only get emptier.
What does that mean?
All right. Well, the group of you, I realized I'm supposed to roll a d4, not a d6 for our miseries. My mistake. Reroll it, Scar.
Oh God.
It's supposed to go d4, d3, d2. I'm looking at my notes here. That's a d6. No, I need a
Six.
d4. D4.
Oh,
Plus one.
Yeah, the plus one. These cheaters. Ah, so close. Okay.
Chris had him roll 3 times and couldn't get a 1.
Keep rolling. Just keep rolling. Okay, so you eventually retrieve the bodies of the fallen. You load them up in the wagon. Your horse has finished his honey-flavored oats and is quite content. It does not give you any problems when you all return with all your ill-gotten gains. And you make the trek back to the village.
Oh,
What?
as we walk along the road, I forgot something. Now that I've picked up a second sword, Henry is compelled to roll up the sleeve of his left arm, which shows a knitting of various scars, and he presses the sharp Zweihander against it, towards the tip, testing its sharpness against his own flesh.
Jesus.
It is sharper than any blade you have ever wielded before.
He replaces a bandage that is permanently, basically, on that arm, and it's like, this one's impressive.
I feel like there's a more efficient way of doing that, old boy.
Yeah, we got Gotrek over here thumbing his axe. Okay. Well, that happens, and you guys get back. Somebody just high or low. Poor choice. You do not make it back in the village in time before it is night. The forest path has closed, leaving you guys to spend the night outside in the cold, frosty dark.
Well, I have a 10, so I'm going to pitch 10.
Okay. Well, that's good.
What is
I'm wearing a tent?
Sure.
I'm just
Okay.
gonna tuck and
Turn-
roll under the cart and hope that that's good enough.
Okay.
It's not raining right now, but
It is not. It's just
Whatever.
really cold. Really, really cold. Okay. Well, night falls and eventually dawn breaks, which means roll that d4. Scar, if you'd like to continue our trend here.
All right.
It's getting lower.
I don't know if that's how that works.
All right. So, nothing ill befalls you guys, and eventually you wake up, and the forest path has creeped and crawled back to an opening, letting you back into your home. You're able to have the dead brought to the cemetery where they will be buried, and I assume you head back to the barracks.
Yeah. Get some well-deserved R&R after we turn this sword in.
Okay.
So,
Well, you bring the sword back. Captain Graft is in a bad mood as usual. He doesn't seem all that impressed or happy to see you guys. He looks probably annoyed that it took 2 sets of people to get this done. And he takes the blade and says that he will return it to the deacon. And leaves you guys back to your normal duties until he's to call on you again. Is there anything in particular that anybody does with a little bit of downtime?
No.
Not on this front, no.
Okay. Matt, Kyle?
Mm-mm. No.
Alrighty. Well, you guys do get some good rest, and that evening there is a sermon to be held, and as usual with most of these sermons, pretty much the entire town, entire village is in attendance, crammed into the rotting oak, or surrounding it outside for those that aren't able to get a seat. And the temple inside is it's vast. The tree itself is gargantuan, and it seems even bigger when you're inside. The front of it, where the doors are, makes almost kind of like a triangle shape. That's kind of the walkway, and there's two big, heavy doors that open up with the symbol of the Becklure on the front of the door. And when you open it, it's like the symbol gets like split in half. Inside is there's a stone floor that's been placed, and the walls still are the inside of the hollowed out tree. So you see these knotted, gnarled sides of wood, and above the open sky from where the supposed meteorite crashed through the top of the tree can be seen. And the what moonlight there is out right now is kind of what's illuminating this area. And there are rows of pews that have been set up in here facing the front, where there's a large stone altar, basically just a big block of stone. And over that is a kind of crimson burgundy colored cloth that's finely embroidered that hangs over the front and back. And then the deacon has her seat behind that, and then usually a couple apparatus, chalice, a goblet, a book that she reads from, candles that are there, things of that nature. Carved in the back wall behind her, actually carved into the wood, is the symbol of the Becklure, which matches the one on the doors. And all is quiet when the deacon emerges. It seems almost from the shadows. You're not really sure how she comes in and out of this area, but it seems like she just appears from nowhere and is suddenly walking, and all fall silent when she arrives. She makes her way up to the temple, or up to the altar. Captain Graff is here as well, and you can see that he has, you guys know it's the sword, it's wrapped up in a cloth. It kind of matches the one that's on the altar. And when she gets behind the altar, she raises her two hands to kind of quiet everyone. Everyone is pretty much instantly silent. And she speaks, and when she speaks, she has kind of this strange echoing voice. None of you have ever seen her without her mask or vestments on. You don't know where she lives. Everyone assumes she lives somewhere here in the temple, but you're not sure where or how to get there or where that would be. Her voice has this weird, ethereal, kind of echoing, haunting vibe to it. And she speaks, she says, "Children of the Becklure, give thanks, for our artifact has been returned." And you see that Captain Graff walks forward and bows down on one knee, holds out the package in both hands, his palms upright, and she very gingerly, caringly unwraps it. And you see when she lifts this sword, which all of you find very strange, she doesn't seem to strain at all when she lifts this thing, and it's pretty much as tall as she is. She's not a very big built woman. And she then turns, she holds the blade out above her head. She's got her right hand on the handle, and then she's got the blade in her left hand, so she's holding it so everybody can see the flat side of the blade. She says, "Behold, the Chaos Blade of the Becklure, returned to us from brave members of our Blighted Bulwark, from vile creatures, vile thieves that have been punished and eradicated. Let us give thanks." She eventually goes on with a typical sermon, this one particularly kind of talking about these foul creatures and how they dare trespass and spit in the face of the Becklure, and she does seem to give you guys some high praise. And as usual, you can see everybody kind of nodding in agreement and really kind of getting into this sermon. Eventually, the sermon ends. People begin to file out of the temple, and as you guys are about to leave, you can see that the deacon and the captain are speaking, and you see that he nods and he walks off, and you see that he walks past you guys, and as you're looking in his direction, you see the Becklure. She motions for the four of you to approach her.
Approach.
Yep.
Oh, yep.
At this point, the blade is laying across the altar, and she's kind of standing to the side of it. She says, "Children, you have my thanks, that of the Becklure, for returning their sacred blade." And she turns to you, Henry. She says, "I understand you're the only one from the original group that made it. 4 brave souls gave their lives to return this. Is that correct?"
That is true.
Well, truly, the Becklure looks down upon you with favor. She says, "Come, join me in a prayer." And she steps back behind the altar and kind of motions for the 4 of you to kind of make like a semicircle around the other side of the altar. And she leads you guys in a short prayer, giving thanks for returning the blade and some sort of strange blessing, it feels like, for the Becklure to watch over you guys. She says, "Henry, I will grant you an honor for such a task, for such triumph. I will allow you to wield the Chaos Blade in your next endeavor, so that you may continue to uphold the Becklure's justice."
Oh, thank you. I am honored.
"You honor us with your sacrifice." And she scoops the blade with both hands. She puts her hands like underneath the blade and the handle, and she lifts it up effortlessly, and then kind of extends her arms over the altar as if for you to take it from her.
I'll gingerly lift it from her and I guess just hold it in my 2 hands like a pizza box, somewhat baffled.
Yeah, all of you can see, and Henry, you can feel the blade is way heavier than she seems to even indicate or let on. You're surprised by it when she hands it to you, but she says, "Go now. Continue to protect our village from the depredations of these outsiders. May the Becklure watch over you all."
Oh, thank you.
And all of you now will get a chance to, as this game puts it, get better.
With big old air quotes.
Right.
Because you
Right.
definitely may not.
Throw a bunch of bricks right now.
So, yeah, leveling up in this game lets you
Look at this.
gain some stuff. I'm actually going to find it in the rules here so we can follow along at home. as soon as I do. I know the game, assuming Foundry does this all automatically for us,
Yeah, it looks like Turbin has figured it out.
but for, is there like a button on your character sheet, I'm assuming?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Seems
Okay.
so.
Let's see. I just gotta find it. There we go, getting better. Look at this. Look at this. One page, love it. Getting better, or in very small font, it says or worse.
Oh no.
Okay, the game master decides when a character should be improved. This could be after completing a scenario, killing mighty foes, or bringing home treasure. When this happens, the following occur. More HP. Roll 6d10. If the result is equal to or greater than your current maximum HP, it increases by d6. Okay, so I guess it did that for you, Torben. Ability changes. Roll a d6 against every ability. Results equal to or greater than the ability, increase it by 1 to a maximum of +6. Results below the ability, decrease it by 1. So when it's saying your ability, it's, whatever your +1, -1 is. So for example, if you have a presence of 2, you need to roll a 3 or higher, and then it goes 1 higher, up to a maximum of 6. And
Wow.
if you roll below that, it goes down by 1. So it looks like the game did it automatically here. So Torben, +1 strength, agility, and presence, -1 toughness. And then left in the debris, you basically get to roll a d6 to find stuff. You found an unclean scroll.
God damn.
How's it feel, bro?
Pretty good one too. Telekinesis can be fun. Unless your
did
head explodes, which also could happen.
Did it put one in your inventory? Oh, I see, right there.
That's a good question if it did it automatically. I don't think so.
Did it automatically roll the telekinesis for you when you did get better?
It did, yes.
Okay, cool. Okay, so yeah, basically, guys, you finished a scenario here. You finished a mission, dungeon. You recovered a treasure, what have you. So it'll be milestone type stuff. There's no XP in this game, so it'll be a milestone type stuff when you guys level up. Enjoy it, because you'll probably be dead soon. So don't fuck it up, everybody. Go ahead, hit that button, and let the listeners know what happens.
Don't fuck it up. The game master. Yes. Okay. Thank you. Yeah. Oh, okay. Not a huge brick. Henry has gained 3 HP, 1 strength, lost an agility, so I'm now -1 there. But I did gain 1 presence, which is not what I expected, and 1 toughness. Left in the debris, nothing.
Okay.
Overall,
Oh man, +4 presence. Look at this
yeah,
big motherfucker.
God damn. Urgush got 2 HP, so he's now at max HP of 7. Gained a strength, an agility, 1 presence, and 1 toughness. He got 1 across the board. And he found left in the debris an unclean skull.
Okay.
It is also telekinesis,
Nice.
I guess.
Nice.
Okay. All
Okay.
right.
Okay. Edine gains 1 HP, 1 strength, 1 agility, 1 presence, 1 toughness, and I find nothing.
Okay. Well, all your stats went up. You're the only one. Oh wait, no, Urgush went up too. Fucking show off.
Okay.
All right. Well, not bad. That's pretty exciting. It's very exciting, actually.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Well, so yeah, you guys feel more powerful. And oh, I'm sorry, I need to actually give you the Chaos Blade here. Henry. Ye old Henry. So if you'd like to tell the listeners what this fucking thing does, because it's pretty legit.
Oh. Uh-oh. The Chaos Blade is a Zweihander dealing 2d8 damage. On maximum damage, the power Death is cast. So,
Yep.
well,
Huh.
see what happens there.
Yep, that's an unclean scroll, so you can see what it does. All creatures within 30 feet lose a total of 4d10 HP.
Oh. Okay.
Not
Yep.
fighting by you.
Yeah, I'm gonna be way far away from you, homie.
You fight over there.
All right. So the next few days are rather uneventful as you guys go back to your regular duties of guarding the town, patrols, guard rotations. Nothing all that exciting happens. In total, where is it here? Oh, yep. Yeah, you guys can replenish all that stuff. You'll be back to all that. Okay. In total, about a week passes before something exciting happens. So I'm just going to roll for the miseries here. Do them all at once. So we've got 8 days that go by. Oh my god. 3 miseries occur. It is a rough week in the town of Cravenford. I need 3 rolls of D66, please.
So you want D66?
Yes, 3 separate ones.
All right,
Okay.
I'll throw one in.
I'll do one.
Did it do it? Oh, that's right. It doesn't roll the virtual dice because it doesn't know what that means.
All right. Tell me what we got.
I'll just go with the first one I rolled. So 56.
Then I got a 53.
And then
Think.
58. A lot of high numbers.
Yeah.
You can't get a 58 on a D66 roll.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Because the 66. Oh my jeez.
I guess you
Alright,
could roll 2 D6.
How about
would be
this?
Yeah.
Boom. It was a 53.
We already have a 53 roll
It
again.
was
Jesus.
a wait, which is
16.
16. There we go.
Okay. So, listeners, in this game, when you roll a misery, you then roll on the calendar of Netrabul, which is like the prophet that thinks the end of the world is coming. He has this table of psalms that you roll on, and they're numbered to these dice rolls, and they are little verses which determine terrible things that are happening. So the first one was a 56. And the last king and the last queen shall wither to dust. Their wretched courts are devoured by wolves.
Dope.
Later in the week, you guys have a messenger, someone who passes through the town. It is a royal messenger, and he comes by telling you that the king of Grift and his queen are no more. He tells a horrifying story of wolf-like creatures that descended upon the royal court, breaking in under a full moon and slaughtering everyone that was there. This was all happening during the birthday party for the queen to celebrate her 49th year. This has thrown Grift into a bit of chaos, as this was, what is his name? King Sigfum the Kind, which he's the king that had the suicide cult planning to lead his people off the side of the cliffs into the endless sea as the world came to an end. Now, some people believe that this is the work of the Church of the Two-Headed Basilisk and the Inquisition, because they were not too keen on King Sigfum's suicide cult. But no one can prove that. You know, some people think that it was some sort of curse or some sort of evil magic that the Church of the Basilisk performed. Perhaps these creatures were unleashed by them, or that perhaps it is yet another sign of the apocalypse. That is certainly what Svendal, your doomsayer, seems to think. The messenger looks hollow-eyed, as if he has not slept, almost as if he's just kind of going through the phases as he seems to be traveling from village to village to let people know what has happened. You begin to then hear stories of more lawlessness throughout the peninsula, as without the king and queen, the patrols on the king's roads are less and less. They're disorganized. Banditry becomes more common, and the days seem darker. Then we have a 53. And birds shall fall dead from the sky.
Wow.
So, Urgush, one day when you're out on patrol doing your rounds, you hear the squawk of a raven. You see it sitting up in the knotted, twisted vines of the rotting oak, and you hear another squawk. You notice that there is a raven lying on the ground on its side, kind of twitching, clearly dying. This turns into a squall of more squawking, which begins to just fill the air, and almost as if it's actually raining, hundreds and hundreds of corpses of these black birds plummet from the sky, cracking onto the ground, onto the road, crashing through the branches of the tree, and even smashing through some windows on a few unlucky houses, leaving a literal carpet of dead and dying birds. Horrible squawking, followed by an even more horrible stench. And the world seems to get even darker. And finally, a 16. And blood cough shall spread like fire across the wastelands of the drought. So, this does not affect your village as much, since you guys have the pools, but a horrible drought has basically swept across the land, and it has caused this horrible cough in people that makes them spit up blood as their lungs and throats are so dry and parched. Most disturbing and concerning for your village is one of the pools, seemingly overnight, dries up, leaving nothing but an empty, bottomless hole. And even though you still have a few other pools remaining, this is seen as a terrible, terrible omen for your livelihood and your village. A couple people in the village die from getting this cough, although it's believed, and the deacon seems to preach that it's come from the outside, and there's no way that the Becklure would abandon you all like this. And in that fervor, a group of visitors, pair of merchants who are traveling through, are basically snatched up by an angry mob and eventually thrown into the crystal depths as a sacrifice to the Becklure in order to appease it and hopefully return the pool back to its normal self. In the days that follow, the pool remains empty and dry. please mark off 3 miseries on your character sheets as we approach. And we will now be rolling a D3 for our miseries.
Oh boy.
Finally, there is one other horrible thing that happens. Each of the days that these things happen, these miseries befall the world and your village, there is a terrible black storm that sweeps over your plateau that you call home. It feels like a wind, but it feels like a wind of sand. And when it settles, you realize that it is not sand, but salt. But is a salt that is black rather than white. I need 3d4 rolls, please.
Okay, I'll throw one in there.
Okay, 2, 3, and 4. So this determines the strength of this salt wind, the black salt. 4 being the worst. And this will determine the DR of the toughness test you each must take. Basically everybody in the town succumbs and is exposed to this in some way. Especially you guys, because you're often out on patrol. So, on the first day, it is a sickly... Oh, I'm sorry. It is a 3. A terror gale. The sky blackens as this salty black wind sweeps over the village. I need everybody to make a DR 14 toughness test. If you pass, you are fine. If you fail, you must roll a D12.
Oh god, I'm not very tough.
I'm gonna use an omen. I'm gonna use an omen.
Ooh.
Oh, thank god.
Oh, I
Did
passed
you
that
pass
toughness
it?
test for the first time this game.
Okay.
Actually, I'll just use an omen to reduce the difficulty of that test by 4, so I pass.
All right. So the first day, although it is unexpected, you all seem to be fine. However, many people in the town suffer horrible, horrible consequences of being exposed to this. The next one is a 4, which is a flesh-ripping storm, a crystalline hurricane. The storm only seems to intensify a few days later, literally ripping the roofs off some of the village huts and flaying the flesh from some of the exposed villagers. This toughness test is a DR 16.
Nuts.
That's not gonna be easy. Or maybe it is.
Wow!
Oh.
Wow.
Wow. Now
We
we're...
all just said, fuck
Oh.
that.
2018, 19, and it was a 15, but that's -2. All right, Torben, I will need a D12, please.
Is high good?
Oh, I don't know.
I don't really know.
Well,
These all seem to be bad. I don't think there's a method to this madness. 10. Brutal and unending soot cough. You spray black saline ichor. Rumored cures range from healing fountains to terrible blood rituals. Without treatment, you perish in D2 weeks.
Well, wait, D2 week, so
Yeah, flip a coin or roll a D2.
come on, 2. Nope, 1 week.
You will be dead within 7 days. As every day the cough gets worse and worse.
God, I was already a big cougher.
Basically, you're coughing up soot. It's just black. It's like you're constantly chewing on charcoal. And finally, the last day is a 2. It seems after that the storm dies down in intensity, becomes a sickly, cursed salt breeze. Your final toughness test here is DR 10.
Oh, come on.
Oh, I saw the one. I saw the one there, Dean. Torben, do you want to use an omen or?
Yeah, I guess we have omens again, don't we?
Yeah. You could.
Yes, I will use one to lower the DR.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, as the storm goes down in intensity, you are all okay, but all sorts of terrible things are befalling people in the town. Many people getting the soot cough, like your good friend Torben has here. Other people with blisters and even more terrible, horrible things that we'll leave to your imagination for the time being. The storm also basically discolors much of the town, especially the outside of the buildings and the ground, just black. It's not very good for the crops either. After that horrible, horrible week, things get better. Not really, though. As this black salt storm begins to take its toll on your home, there are at first rumors and then quite frequent sightings and reports, both from villagers and eventually from the guards, of goblins beginning to creep their way into Cravenford, snatching people in the dead of night, sneaking into homes, hiding inside cupboards and whatever little nooks and crannies they can, stealing whatever they can get their grubby mitts on, and otherwise becoming a horrible, horrible nuisance. It's almost like an infestation of insects. Not quite as many, but the goblins are vicious, and it quickly is becoming an issue as it seems your town is no longer safe. The guard, the Blighted Bulwark, has its work cut out for it as it's trying to deal with these stories, these reports. And what makes things even worse, at first it seems like these goblins are multiplying exponentially without rhyme or reason. Eventually, the deacon, she explains during a sermon that these goblins are cursing other people. Anyone who is attacked, wounded, bitten by one of these creatures eventually turns into a goblin within a short amount of time. Couple days, maybe, at most. And hold on, I gotta get my other notes here. So that becomes a problem in the town. The other thing of note that happens during this time, the owner of the mill and the head of the Green family, his name is, I want to say it's Erval. Yeah, Erval Green dies. This is a big deal because the Green family are basically the closest thing you guys have to like a wealthy, rich, upper class family. They're not nobility, but because they have the only mill here and everybody pretty much in the town gets their grain from the Green family, they live quite comfortably. They have the biggest house which you know, to you guys is like a mansion. For those outside of the town, it might be considered more of a regular sized or a house on the larger size. And you know that his son, whose name is Nagel Green, basically becomes the head of the family and inherits the mill. And then each of you, please give me a presence test. DR12.
Oh, come on.
Hey,
Well done.
hit the post.
21.
12.
All right, whoever passed, please roll me a d4.
Okay.
All right.
And a 4.
2.
Henry.
Okay.
3.
Who rolled a 2?
Urgush.
Urgush, you are actually one day approached by Nagel Green, and he wants to pay you and hire you to help guard his like apothecary shop. Now you may or may not know that he has this little shop. It was kind of his side business before he had the mill. You know that basically at this point he approaches you and he wants to pay you to help guard his shop. He explains that he has developed a cure for the goblin curse, which he has been selling. But as the goblin infestation is getting worse each day, he's having to deal with more agitated and upset and sometimes desperate customers. And he's already had several fights break out. He's worried for his safety. He's worried for the well-being of his shop. And of course, he's worried for his ability to continue to produce the cure should anything happen.
Yeah, Urgush would agree to help.
And he would offer you, let's see, how much does he offer? I'm trying to find it here. I don't see it in my notes, but I'll get back to that. So,
Sure.
Oh, here it is. He's willing to offer you 20 silver a day,
Damn. Okay.
which is really good money.
Yeah.
I have a picture of Nagel, of course, and in true Merkbor fashion, it's horrible.
Oh no.
He's a tall, lanky man. His hair is wiry, thin, kind of long. He's kind of got the emo, black hair going to the side, like Tobey Maguire in the Spider-Man movie.
How dare you?
When he's at work, you can see like here, he's got his big alchemist smock on with big gloves, and he's got his belt of tools, and he's got protective goggles that he often wears. He's a bit pale, no facial hair, very clean cut guy, and he's in his early 30s, so he's not terribly old. And he's a bit he kind of talks like a nasally voice, kind of nerdy, but he seems like he wants to keep things from getting into more of a disaster.
I don't know if you guys read Johnny the Homicidal Maniac comics in the 90s, but that reminds me of that.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Very John Vasquez.
His apron is a bright red apron, and unlike many people, he seems to keep himself clean on almost an obsessive level. One of the quirks you probably notice after you work with him for a couple days.
Okay.
Who rolled a 3?
Edine.
Dean.
Yes.
You're approached by a noble who you have not seen in the village before. they introduce themselves one day. Perhaps you run into them at the inn, and they introduce themselves as Joda Klufenheim. And she is a somewhat tall woman, wears very fine clothes. You hear rumors that perhaps she is a princess or baroness from a nearby area. She's definitely not from Cravenford. But she explains that she wishes for you to get to the bottom of this goblin infestation. She is worried that this outbreak is going to reach her nearby duchy, and with all of these, as she puts it, filthy peasants running around, it's only a matter of time before it gets out of Cravenford and then eventually affects her and her family. And she is willing to pay you 200 silver to get this done. But each day that goes by, she's going to reduce that by 20 silver until it's solved.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're unable to solve it in that time, she says she'll find someone else.
Understandable. Acceptable.
Good.
And Edine would go for it.
All right. She has a big bodyguard who's with her that is helping protect her while she's traveling. But she will be here in the inn until this is taken care of. And who rolled the 4?
That was Hector. Or not Hector. I was Hector in the other game. Henry.
Henry. Okay. You are approached by a worried, upset peasant who lives here in Cravenford, one of the countless people that makes up the, well, less than 500 souls now after all these terrible things. His name is Urgrip Wicket. He has already lost a few family members to this. He's worried for the town. He's obviously a fearful, superstitious, religious man, believing this is the Becklur's punishment for everybody's sins. But he finds you on patrol one day. He begs you to help get to the bottom of this goblin issue, and he says, "I know that you're the one that can get to the bottom of this. You've been blessed with the Becklur sword, and I know the deacon looks down upon you, and I can trust you." And he says, I don't have money, I don't have anything like that, but I have I have an heirloom of my family that I would be willing to give to you if you can solve all of this.
Of course, it would be the best for the well-being of all of us if we could find the source of this plague and root it out.
He says, "Oh, good. Please, I don't want to lose any more of my family." So yeah, the three of you each are offered jobs of some sort or to look into this, and unfortunately one of you is not. So, with that in mind, a week and 1 day has passed since you returned from the dungeon. A whole lot of people have died. Goblins are running amok, cursing and infecting the town. The richest guy in town has died. And there's apparently a cure being distributed, but there's not enough of it to go around. Unrest is becoming a problem. And yeah, it seems the end of the world is vastly approaching. What do you do?
Corbin's gonna go to that wealthy house filled with weak people. No, I
Okay.
don't know. I'm just kidding.
They're probably really weak after
unless
this.
the party's keen on it, you know. I'm just
Hey,
getting filling the room out, you know.
You know, right now I'm just doing a job, so this doesn't decide my morals. I mean, if we find a better job or something that'll keep me out of harm's way, whatever, right? Still find these weak people with lots of money.
We'll say that it's to a wealthy house that's actually not part of your village. It's out somewhere in the wilderness, hence the map. So it's kind of in a hidden area. It's a small house that has its own little like wall around it, so like some private security. That wall's only probably about maybe 5-6 feet tall, so it's jumpable. But it's a well-built stone wall, and there's like a small fortified house. You know, think like Empire fortified manor scenery piece from Warhammer. It's kind of like that.
Okay.
So not huge, but definitely nice and well built. But that would
I don't know
probably
if
be
it's
an adventure
derailing,
for another
but I
day.
mean, yeah, I was gonna say I don't know if this is derailing, but I'm definitely gonna hit this.
Oh, you guys can hit it another time. That's fine. I'll add that to the notes now that we have it. Perhaps we'll go check out the random dungeon creator.
Oh yeah.
So
It'd be fun, yeah.
I
you
guess.
guys can add that to your notes that you guys have that as an option if you so choose.
So how many days did I work for that guy, or am I just constantly doing that now?
Well, at this point, you're just getting started because this whole goblin thing happens at the end of this like week and a day. So,
Okay.
It starts up shortly after the hurricane rips through the town.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Maybe meet up with the other people who survived and see if you have any plans or any orders.
No, there's no official orders yet. It seems that there's a lot of chaos and confusion, and a lot of the guards are scared to even go out on patrol because of the threat of the goblin curse.
Makes sense.
But the four of you could meet up, and you guys all live in the barracks since you're all currently guards, so you would see each other. You probably go on patrol quite often.
During the week, would I be able to pick up a crossbow?
If you got the money, sure.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
What's on the agenda this week, chaps?
Survive. That's the agenda every day. Survive.
Well, definitely for Torben, who's coughing up black lung.
Yes, I should probably take care of that. I need to find a doctor.
Well, I mean, I'm working for a guy who's like an apothecary. We could take you to him.
Oh, can we please? It's getting quite severe.
Oh yeah, okay, just don't get too close. Don't get that on me. I don't want none of that. Come on.
Where
Yeah,
is
but-
this apothecary? As I put up a cloth to my, he pretty much always holds a cloth probably up to his mouth now. You know, like he's got consumption in the old Wild West. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
so
maintain
I
a
should
6-foot social distancing. I'm sure you'll be fine.
He's got a plastic face shield on.
Yeah. Okay, well, the two of you can go to the apothecary. What are the other two doing? And we'll assume right now you guys are having breakfast or something one morning at the barracks. Getting ready for your daily patrols or whatever you guys are up to that day. So you guys may discuss as you see fit.
So the rumors of these goblins attacking, how do they get up here? Do they just scrabble up the walls of the mountain, or is there's some underground tunnels that they're coming through?
Well, yeah, it's a good question. I'd want to go on a patrol and stake out. We try to find out, but that's dangerous because you might get turned into a goblin.
Has anyone been attacked recently that we know?
Maybe not personally that you would know, but why doesn't everybody give me a presence test? DR 12.
Burgers got the 15.
Anyone who
Right.
passed, yeah, you have a lead or a rumor of somebody or someone you heard that you heard through someone who heard that this person was attacked or something of that nature. So yeah, it's like two of you have some sort of lead.
I think I heard a lead about Gilvug, one of the farmers who hangs out in the field. I think he got attacked.
And these are two separate leads too, so it's not you don't both hear the same one.
Oh, nice.
What was it? Gilvug? Was that
Yeah.
his name?
Yeah.
I'll make a note of that in case we need to come back to Gilvug. Gilvug, the goblin
farmer.
cursed farmer. Love it. This is the way to GM, folks. I'm just telling you, this is fucking
just
great.
let shit fucking happen.
Charts and procedural dice rolls. I love it. Okay, what's our other rumor or lead?
Maybe that there is a like triangulation of like strength and attacks. So that would be a good bet to like stake out.
There seems to be a lot of activity on the southern end of the plateau.
Okay.
That seems to be where the attacks first started and where the majority of them seem to be coming from.
Okay.
And now the cat is playing with a wire.
Oh no.
And now he's... My cat likes to do this thing where he'll paw the mirror in the bathroom, and now he's doing that to my monitor. Little weird creature.
They're not from this planet, man. I'm telling you.
I know, yeah.
Or this realm.
This guy, Strigoi, man, he loves to just sit on the sink in the bathroom upstairs. And if I come upstairs to use that bathroom and he's not there, it does not matter where he is in the house or what he's doing or how quiet I am, he will come bolting around the corner so he can jump up and sit on the sink while I'm in the bathroom with him.
Wow.
Kind of a creep, man.
He is. That's fine. I mean, I'm kind of a creep too, so we get along pretty well.
Well, yeah,
You
the
know.
cats being out of this world. They helped the aliens build the pyramids. That's why Egyptians are so crazy about them.
Think
That
you're
actually
onto
makes
something.
a lot of sense. Yeah, so those are your two leads that you have.
A farmer? How strange! I sort of imagined one of our victims would have been someone with a vast, sprawling basement that could be infiltrated via tunnels.
I mean, I don't know this Gilvug guy. He might have like some kind of weird dungeon basement.
Should we check?
Yeah, I guess, yeah. First, we want to probably take Torben to like the apothecary so this doesn't continue, right?
I'd rather not die.
Yeah, I mean, good call. I agree.
All right.
But
Well,
if you do, can I have that magic sword?
If he were, it'd be at your peril. But sure, I'm the last of my family line. Why not?
Okay, well, sound like an upstanding guy for the week I've known you.
You saw it here, folks. It's official. It's lore.
It's lore.
Yep. Or what is the term they use? Not lore.
Canon.
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 Yeah, thank you, Kyle.
Canon. Okay, so you make your way to Nagel's apothecary shop, which is probably somewhere in between. It's near the town square, because that's where a lot of like the shops and things are located. So it's probably somewhere around there, and it'd probably be close to the mill since his family owns the mill. So it's not a very big shop, but it is nice. You can tell there's a little bit of money in here. Rumors as to whether or not he actually was able to do this himself or it was from his dad's money, but either way, he has this little shop, and so there's a group of people lined up as always, and Nagel is there, and he is behind the counter and currently dealing with some customers.
Oh, this is the shop. That's a bit of a line, a little popular recently.
Excuse me, everyone. I'm extremely important. Please make way. He will take out a silver and flick it on the floor.
Okay, roll me a presence, and I'll give you an extra +1 for throwing that. That's clever. I like that.
That was a 20. Okay, that was.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like an omen could help here.
Yeah, I think it's omen time. Let's just re-roll that sucker. Can't be worse than that, right?
Oh my god, it almost was.
Jesus.
Okay, you throw it and like one person runs out of the line after it, but it seems like nobody wants to lose their place in line, or they're too busy arguing with each other, and yeah, it doesn't have the desired effect.
Okay. Well, well, very well, I suppose. Yeah, I'll wait in line. Unless I can add more money to the pile on the floor.
Well, you could, but I don't know if Urgush here is just gonna like lead you in, since he like works here, kind of.
Yeah, I'll just take it, man. Like, pardon me, boys. Come on. I'm here to protect you all from goblins, so I have to get in here and talk to someone.
Yeah, when both of you, is anybody else with you guys, or just the two of you that went to the shop?
I mean, I didn't stop anyone from coming, but I don't know.
Did the other two of you go with, or no?
I don't know. I felt like we might have been attempting to mail about the farmer's house. Let's see what's going on there. Unless we don't want to split up.
Yeah, I don't mind.
Kyle, what are you doing?
I think Adine would probably venture off to the southern part of the plateau on his own.
Okay. Adine and our two players in the shop, please give me presence tests.
Okay.
It's just not my luck tonight, man.
Wow. Yeah.
All right.
I will omen that. Jeez.
Okay.
It's not rolling? Okay. Try it again. Wow. So cool.
Dice look like they're fucking magnetized, man, with the way they roll.
Yeah. Real good. I got an 8 total.
Okay. So, Adine, we'll get back to you in a second. Let's do the shop here really quick. So, you guys get to the apothecary, and when you get there, you can see Nagel looks a little disheveled and overwhelmed with, all the people that are here. He sees you. He's like, it's about time you got here. You need to get these people in order. Gosh, they're starting to cause all sorts of trouble. We've already got a broken window.
All right. Leave it to me. Calm down. And also heal my friend.
He looks at over Torben. Oh, goodness.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me see what I have. And he goes back behind the counter and starts rummaging around. Let's see here. What did it say? Torben, pick a number between 1 and 20. Scar, you there?
Oh, Torben, right. Sorry. Jeez. I'm Torben. Roll a what? I'm sorry.
Pick a number between 1 and 20.
1 to 20. Lucky Skaven 13.
Nice.
Always a good choice, but not quite. Nope. He rummages through some stuff, and he might give you something that you can try for a couple silver, but in the end, it does not seem to help.
Oh boy.
He's like, try this. This might help.
And it doesn't help.
And as you pop off the cork and start drinking, he's like, "Oh, by the way, that's 10 silver."
Very well.
And he eagerly pockets that money.
And then I'll, start doing my job, trying to help him corral these people, threatening them,
I was
get
gonna say,
in
give
line.
me a strength test, DR 10.
Oh, okay. Okay, easy. 16.
Yep, you crack your knuckles, roll your shoulders, crack your neck, and everybody gets back in a nice orderly queue.
That's right. That's how we do it.
Meanwhile, down in the southern part of the thing, Adine, you are traveling about, and what exactly are you doing? Are you just looking around? Are you talking to people? What is your approach here?
Yes, Edine would approach people, but in the sense that he would try to talk at them, but he doesn't like being close, so he's basically just shouting at people from across like the road. Like that's as much distance as he needs.
Okay.
But yeah, he's shouting at people about the goblin attacks.
What kind of things are you shouting?
Where have you seen goblins?
Okay.
Where are you hurt?
All right. So you awkwardly yell at people for maybe an hour or two, most of them giving you strange side-eye glances and a wide berth, even though they know you're a guard. It's still awkward. But eventually, there is a older woman who comes by, and she's kind of wobbling on her cane, and she kind of raises her voice. She's like, "What's that? What'd you say?"
Goblins, have you seen?
She scratches her chin for a moment, and she's like, "No, but it's strange you bring that up. No one else seems to have noticed, but those goblins appeared at a rather peculiar time. It seems, I think they started showing up shortly after Ervat Green died."
Interesting.
Yeah, no one else seems to think so, but it's something I've noticed. Yeah, I spend a lot of time just sitting in my living room, just staring outside the window.
You will be fully conscious when the end comes.
What?
Good day to you.
All right, bye-bye.
So, and how long ago was that again? Was that just recently?
Earlier in the week.
Earlier in the week, okay.
And when you think about it now, as far as what you've heard or been told, it does seem to line up. like within a day or two of him dying is when the supposed first goblin sighting attack was reported.
Oh. Okay.
We'll go over then to our final character here, Henry, the champion of Cravenford.
Oh, jeez.
You go to the fields to talk to this farmer, and so you meet this guy. What the fuck was his name? Gilvug. And he looks and sounds very depressed and dejected. You see that he has a bandaged hand with a dirty bandage, and he is looking rather sweaty, more so than you would imagine, even if he is out working in the fields. You see him, he's currently moving around a wheelbarrow filled with some bales of hay, moving them from one part of the farm over to feed some of his cattle.
Oh there.
He sees you, and you know what? I think this is a good time to use another one of these fucking charts.
Charts.
Hell yeah, I gotta find it first though. I know it's here somewhere.
Isn't that one where you roll for disposition? Like,
It is.
murderize me.
Roll me 2d6, please.
Yep, I know that one. I've
Oh no.
seen that chart. That might be a bad number.
10 is good.
Okay, good.
So he looks up and he says, Sir Henry, what can I do for you?
Hello. You from is it Gilvug?
I am?
Good. I was told there might have been an incursion of goblins here in the recent past.
He sighs heavily as he's walking, and he says, do you mind if I work while we talk?
No, I don't wish to interrupt.
And so he continues to move the wheelbarrow, and then he turns back to your question. He says, kind of with a heavy voice, one of those bastards, and he looks down at his bandaged hand. He kind of like stops for a second. He rubs his palm with his other hand, and then he goes back to moving the wheelbarrow. One of those bastards bit me 2 days ago.
I just bared teeth and chomped on.
I was cleaning out the barn, and I've got like a storm cellar down there, and little bastard was hiding in the dark. Didn't see him, and probably spooked him, or he spooked me, and yeah. And he holds his hand up, and you can see that the bandage looks like it's seeping almost a little bit. You're not sure if it's from the wound or the fact that he's actively using his hand. Maybe he hasn't changed the bandage. And you can see that even though you don't know this guy personally, you get the feeling that he physically looks a little worse for wear than what you imagine he normally would. Maybe more pallid skin, sweating a little bit more, breathing a little bit more heavily. Hair maybe thinning or very matted down, stuff like that.
I sprung from the undercellar then, so there's no... Oh, do you mind if I take a look around?
Says, no, not at all. Are you I hope you're looking into this. I've got 2 kids to take care of, and well, I can't afford Nagel's cure.
I think you'll be all right. I faced goblins before, and I'll lift my sleeve up and show the bandaged arm, which is entirely unrelated to my goblin combat, but he doesn't know that.
He gives you kind of a weak smile and he says, "We would expect none the less from one of the Becklor's chosen." And he like does the sign of the Becklor with his hand, kind of like like doing the sign of the twin-tailed comet, or the sign of the cross, like something like that.
I'll, I guess, do an appropriate sort of sign or bow or whatever is necessary. And
Sure.
oh wait, I've just realized I've forgotten my previous rule. Well, I'm gonna walk towards the barn and try to get out of line of sight.
Yeah, easy enough to do.
No, I don't think she'll be mad if I don't use it right now. I'm gonna use the other's Y-hander and not the Chaos Blade.
Okay.
Because I don't feel like testing it with against my compulsion at the moment. We'll come back to that later. There might be nothing in here, so it won't matter. So yeah, I think I'm gonna inspect the basement, if that's all right.
Yeah, you find the doors to the storm cellar, and you open it up, and it's just got a simple like latch on the outside. So if you were inside, it'd probably be hard or difficult to open, but on the outside, it's just a simple like latch. You open that up, and you make your way down into there. And it looks like a typical, cellar that you would imagine. There's probably like a barrel or two in the corner. There's some shelves down here, and some equipment that's been kind of haphazardly tossed around. It's not the most disorganized cellar, but it's certainly not the cleanest either. And you could see how easily something could be hiding down here, especially if it was smaller.
Okay. Let's all kind of look around, see if there's any like, I don't know, weird chewed through holes or tracks or strange. I don't know.
Okay. Give me a presence test, please. DR 10.
These? Oh snap!
Nice.
Oh, the music
Do an
is so
episode.
good.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Love it.
They need to do like a bad one for the one you roll a 1. That would be awesome too. Okay, well, natural 20, folks, crushing it. So Sir Henry the Chosen. Henry, what you do in fact discover is a little hidey hole where there does seem to be a little nest that you at this point would understand is what the goblins set up. You don't see anything currently there. Looks like perhaps it's abandoned at this point, but you're not sure. Maybe the thing could come back, but you definitely find signs that there was at least one goblin down here at one point.
All right. I don't like that. There's goblin nest. Guess I know it's spread out onto the ground, so I'd probably don't need to burn it down for no reason. Not like they're fungus. Unless. Alright. Yeah, I suppose I'll exit and see, unless there's any tracks that I can follow from the nest in or out.
Yeah, I would say with a nat 20, you would see something that would indicate it was recently moved between.
Okay.
So
There's
yeah, it probably
kind of
leads you to
nothing.
believe it was probably used as early as, or as recent as earlier today. Whether or not the thing has left permanently or might come back, you're not sure.
Okay. So like exiting through the from the cellar, out of the barn, or
It
anything.
seems like it. Somehow it's getting out. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I guess, is it possible to trace a route through? Like, does it just lead us?
I'm sorry. Say that again.
Like, there's no tracks or anything that lead to a particular direction, like out to a cliff or out south, or.
I would need another test for that to try to
yeah.
follow a trail or pick one up. Once
Well,
you leave the, the cellar is quite different from being out in the wilderness.
in present still.
Yes.
Sure. 10?
Oh, it was a 6 or a 16. So no, when you get out here, even with you might see the start of the trail, but you lose it very quickly. Maybe just a couple little footsteps or claw marks. Doesn't seem to lead anywhere in particular. It's so short you can't really even tell which way it's going, other than it left the cellar.
Okay. Well, I don't really think I have much else to go off of, so I'll bid our farmer farewell, and I think try to meet up with the rest of the group.
Okay. Well, we're just about at our end time here, so I think this is probably a good stopping point. You guys can discuss your findings next week and decide how you want to go about your investigation. We'll see if anybody can find a cure for Torben. If maybe he can make it to the end, or will become another notch on our death counter here. So. Who knows? I know Eric may have a few more skipped sessions because of his incoming job change or potential move, so I'm sure we will see some guests in the future. And if you guys want to see more of Scar, he's actually going to be joining us for our next Patreon campaign, which should be starting up in probably a month or two. So we're getting close to finishing our Warhammer Fantasy roleplay Patreon game that we've been having go on for about a year, a little over a year now. So we've got a new group that we're working to get put together, and Scar's going to be joining us for that. So, where can people check you out, Scar, for all the other awesomeness you have going on?
I love Linktree, man. Linktree / Neon Swamp. Or is it no, it's linktr.ee / Neon Swamp.
Okay, and you're also on Twitch, right?
I am also on Twitch as Scar, yep.
Excellent.
AAR.
Yep. Check it out, folks. Very active community over on his Discord. Great group of people over there, always playing all sorts of cool games. I'm jealous myself that I wasn't able to join the Alien game, but alas, that is life. So if you want some great fun RPG stuff, go check it out. But he'll be back, as will we all, next time and beyond. So thank you, listeners, for stopping by. Hope you've enjoyed tonight's episode. Sorry I couldn't kill any characters, but that's just... we got 3 miseries, so the campaign's halfway over anyway. So
Yeah,
I'm slowly dying if that's a consolation.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, I've killed somebody off screen with a disease.
Feels real good.
Well, thanks again, listeners. We will see you next time, same place.